on your KD sometimes, and you're the guy having to come up with it all, but let's swing right into the band protector. Are you shocked to see that go first?
Not at all. I mean, I actually played with Nagafen last night. The guy is using a PO6 and every single map. He's ready to use that weapon. I was watching how he was using it, wondering if it'll get brought out here in Search and Destroy in this series. To kick things off, though, the MR6 ban, no surprise here. It's one of the most highly targeted bans against the team eLevate.
Last match, Matt and I casted them. They did dual PO6 on Breach, S&D, Aqua, and Nagafen pulling it out. So, no, not scared at all to mix things up. You see Overclock second to go, so 2 perk ones going to get hit back-to-back there. What does that tell you? I mean, it's from both teams, so not really one of these guys trying to go with these heavily here.
No surprise on a map like evac, right? Where evac hardpoint, so many close quarters, you get rid of that overclock, make sure kinetic armor and the likes of heatwave can't be used time and time again to break hardpoints. High caliber off the table. Rapid fire still available. Will we see some specialist bans? Nothing as of yet. Still the Shiva alive and well as well. And then finally, we've seen some teams begin to pick up on BL Fire's, anti-up XR2 strategy. It's something he uses a lot on evac. Wondering if he'll wind up bringing it out here.
And I'm curious, I mean, this is an eLevate team where we see them attack stock, see them attack grip. They'll go after stuff that other teams will not. They can really throw you off, especially, I mean, stock, 99.9% of classes, when you're using an AR, are going to have stock. When that gets taken away. Yeah, exactly. But if that one ban or protect is going to be left here. You see both attachments out, both tacticals out. No shockers there. Does a specialist get hit? No, like you said, Shiva was still left, so that makes sense.
Shiva gets taken off the table, and all specialists make it through. Should be quite the interesting game, to say the least. And now as we head into the draft, the first pickup by eLevate will be the Heatwave. The Fire follows up with the Scythe. The Purifier does make it through. No surprises to see Methods use that lethal specialist, as he is one of the best in the COD World League with that specialist weapon. Kinetic armor in the hands of Aqua. Facento with a Scythe of his own. You can see Facento and BL Fire will be the matchup to watch, both of the same specialists.
Yeah, not shocked to see that. Purifier, I mean, this is one of those maps that you're going to see that come in as that secondary, Scythe's going to be the weapon of choice every single time. But when you have the Purifier on a map like this, you can see that used really what the second hard point is probably going to be best. Scythe mostly makes sense, I think, on the third. We'll see who can take advantage of those weapons, because I think the second and the third are kind of where you can probably lock up the most time, such as that corner hard point. Who's gonna win that? Because this is something you and I have talked about a lot, or really all of us casters. The weapons, sometimes players will say it's a little bit fluky, but it's who uses them better. I mean, a lot of times you just see them get wasted. How many times have you seen somebody call it a Scythe, call it an Annihilator, it's just blank, gone?
Because they think, if there's one player who's in a position that you kind of miss, or if there's a slight miscommunication, you pay the ultimate price, right? You call him that Annihilator, you think, oh, I at least have a good amount of distance before the next player pushes me. Meanwhile, there's a guy crouching in a corner, shoots in the back, and that's a waste of your specialist ability. And those are tougher to get than, obviously, the specialist abilities itself. So it's one of those where it's got its ups and downs. We've seen where picking 3 lethal specialists backfires on a too bad. It does look like we will have a mirror matchup between these two squads.
All right, now for you guys on Twitter, we want to hear your thoughts. Of all the matches tonight, what do you think has the biggest chance of being an upset? Use the hashtag CWLPS4. Let us know at Courage JD, at Maven, at COD World League. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And I'll go through them real quick in case you missed us talking about it earlier. It's going to be CLG versus eLevate. We're going to have Envy versus FaZe Clan, Optic Gaming versus Rise Nation, then DT versus Complexity. I don't know that either of those 2 middle matches could be considered an upset at all. No matter who wins. I mean, when you have Envy FaZe, anyone can win it. Optic Rise, anyone could win it. I think CLG and DT would kind of be the 2 upsets tonight. I think this first match is probably the biggest potential for
one. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. This is something we were talking about during rehearsals. Obviously, we see the questions, we're kind of going over, we want to hear our own thoughts. And that was the big thing for us, is I can't consider FaZe beating Envy or Envy beating FaZe as an upset, and then Rise Nation, the team that's won both lands, and then Optic Gaming, the team who's dominated online. It's kind of you can't really get an upset there in the overall things yet. In the standings, maybe Rise upsets Optic just in the COD World League standings, but outside of that, and 2 even matches.
You would even see with FaZe, I know they're off back-to-back wins after really kind of I think they hit 1 in 5 or so. you would think FaZe over Envy would be an upset, but not. It's not in my eyes. It's not. I mean, it's a team that could certainly beat them anytime. They kind of thrashed them. If I remember right, it was a 3-1, but Attach dropped during the S&D. It could have been a 3-0. The games were close the first time they played, but it was certainly dominated by FaZe. You got to think Envy trying to get a little bit of revenge here, but let's get ready to go. Let's hop right into game one. Facento going to have the Man of War in hand. You were talking yesterday about how Uplink on this mode, you'll see the Man of War used quite a bit. Seeing it now in this game mode as well, why do you like it in this particular game type?
It's just a map.
Sorry.
It's a map that when you look at the engagements that you'll get in with the likes of an AR, the Man of War is just better. For shots like that as well, it's so lethal from this mid-range. It's not like you're on Fringe on mid-street where everyone's hiding behind white trucks where only their head can be seen. You're on a map where, you know, their body's showing you. You pump bullets right into the chest, and you get quick and easy kills. Off the start, it's eLevate at an 18-0 lead. CLG finally break into the hard point with the beautiful two-piece there from Method.
All right, watching Remy for a second. He's going to get dropped. He sees a couple players in the hard point right now for CLG. Can they hold? You saw the
right
8C fly by.
Right there.
He's in the corner. Teammate's going to be able to pick him up, and now CLG is starting to get back in this one.
Yeah, you can see Facento trying to lock down the back spawns. He is at that back helipad doing all he can to just hold this area for us. He's going to get a close-range gunfight and does win that one against Felony. 24-14 at the moment as eLevate still have the lead. Aqua now pushing from that back wall run. He's going to go on the outskirts, and I actually love this play. No afterburner, so you can tell the confidence in his wall running ability to go for it. He does get the kill. That's going to get the spawns pushed out all the way to the back of the map. And when you have Facento staying alive on a 4 streak, everything going right for eLevate.
I was trying to see if he's going to be able to get towards streaks, but it was really everybody. Remy, Nagafin, Facento, all starting to build these. You see Nagafin on 4, 3 here for Remy. Can he keep it going
Nice.
as well? Going to be switching between these guys. All right, so now we're on my screen. Sorry with the confusion earlier, guys. Just hopping between monitors here as we'll get ready to rock. Now let's take a look here at Nagafin. He's breaking into the hard point. eLevate starting to pull away here early, doing everything. I mean, every single player basically at positive or even right now. Really good, well-rounded effort here from eLevate early.
And you can see, Remy, 39 seconds already in the hard point. 2 players of CLG have yet to get a time at all in the hill. And this is what makes eLevate such a scary team. You ban out Afterburner and Overclock, and they're still more than willing to do these ridiculous lower wall runs.
Look at
most
this.
players
This is great.
kind of rely on Afterburner, and here comes the 2.
Oh, no!
Oh, Nagafin!
Stop.
He's got it.
Taking a dip. Nagafin going to ultimately end up falling off there, but you got to love the routes coming in from those two. Very rarely you're going to see 2 try to attempt that.
Yeah, and that's kind of the difference between this eLevate team. It's like, you never know what you're going to get. It's just, you kind of got to hope that it works out in your team's favor. CLG doing a good job of holding the spawns, holding this hard point. As I say, that Balefire picks up a beautiful 3-piece down onto the boys of eLevate. He's staying alive top vents. Caster Curse does come into play when we swap over to him. And I mentioned Balefire was going to be a player to watch. 10-7 leading his team and the game in overall kills.
You can see Kinetic here from Aqua. He was dealing with some pressure. Facento doing a good job picking that player up, trying to push from behind.
Yep.
Let's go to Facento as he's on a 3 streak right now. And all right, well, that's the definition of the caster curse. Let's go to Facento taking a dip off the high rise.
That is absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm happy to see that Aqua did save that kinetic armor for at least this next hard point. He recognized the situation. You know, only 10 seconds left. No reason to pop that special to try to hold for that little bit of scrap time. On the rotation, it is Methods getting first blood with the Semtex grenade. That's going to prompt Nagafin to turn back around. He's going to get 1 kill, leaving 1 CLG player alive. It's the new pickup for Plex. He does find the 2-piece, though, down onto eLevate. That will buy his team some time to spawn back up, but you can see Facento in this power position. And this is when the Man of War is actually at its weakest. You can see kind of the shots a little bit shaky there from Facento, but still, he's able to get 1. eLevate still out to a 40-second lead.
Let's see if they can maintain this lead. They've had it really kind of from the get-go here. You do see 3 down, though, right now. Remy, last man up. This should lead to some time for CLG. With only 20 seconds left here in the hard point. Rotation should be coming soon. Going to see an HC here out for Perplexed. No one really in range yet. He might be able to get a flank through middle if he decides to get forward, but really just checking right now, trying to get eyes, trying to get some scouting done.
My question mark will really come into kind of where do the purifiers get used? You've got Methods, who's probably about to earn his. I know I haven't been able to see. I'll actually switch over to him to check. He has his purifier. Then you have, on the other side of things, you have Nagafin ready to use his purifier. So will they use them on this first middle hard point or save them for the more popular
the
kitchen
second,
hill?
you would think, yeah.
You'd expect it, but see, Nagafin says, you know what, I'm taking matters into my own hands, brings out the purifier. He only gets 1 kill with it. So he uses that specialist ability, Maven. And look, CLG have still full control of the middle map. They're more than happy with how that went down.
And how close is Methods? Methods has his for next.
Yeah, they have control of the lead. They have control of the hill. CLG battling back into game one as they're out to about a 12-second lead.
All right, everyone dropping around the hard point right now. Who's going to be able to maintain control for a bit here? It's eLevate now with a couple and 20, just under 20 seconds left as they're trying now to get rotated over and set up. So you'll see Remy getting in for eLevate. I'm going to keep Methods highlighted because he's the man that's going to have big plays here, I think, with the Purifier. I'm going to get switched over to him. I know that's an important play there for Spawn as well, but if he sees a lot of people coming, he's got to pop this Purifier. It should be coming out in a second here as soon as he gets his health back.
This is where he got the 6-piece with it just a little while ago, a few weeks ago. With this Purifier, he knows the right time to call it in on this hard point. You expect when his first lead blocker who's sitting in bar dies, he'll wind up calling it in, but as I say that, Remy pinches it from up top. There's now more help coming in, and now Methods gets the prompt. You know, it's time to bring out the Purifier. It's lit, folks. He's going to get 2. He's brought out his mixtape, and he's dropping fire down on the map.
I think he basically caught that player just by his toe, really, around the corner on stairs. Going to push, find one more, eventually going to drop, but proving a little bit more effective than we saw Nagafin's Purifier, that's for sure. The question is, how much time will it lead to? This has been almost all points for CLG up until this point. Now we've had a break for eLevate.
And now what's kind of funny is you go, well, you know, Courage and Maven, you guys are hyping up that play so much. He got 3 kills, but eLevate, they held the hill control basically the whole time. That wasn't on Methods. His teammates were just dying. They weren't winning the engagements they needed to. They weren't kind of playing and being the last line of defense or the guys flanking through middle map. So eLevate did get the break. They just kind of overwhelmed the player. Obviously, no respawn timer in Hardpoint. These teams so evenly matched at the moment. Only 4 seconds separating these two squads. There's been multiple lead changes so far in this game. BL Fighter going to try to make a difference here. Can we hit triangle to see what he's using on his class?
Let's take a look.
He doesn't have anti-up on, so that's one thing to point out. Typically, he uses the anti-up with the XR2, which he had earlier on this game. He'll go for the more, you know, standard fast hands flak jacket. Very, very good setup when you're on this like top AC area right here.
Well, ultimately going to get pushed. Several players come flying in. It's going to fall on Methods to try and deal with the rest of this. That's a Scythe coming around the corner. I don't even think it's one before he's going to end up dropping. All the kills coming in right now for CLG. It was an eLevate lead by about 40. It's now flip rolls entirely. Control now going to CLG, trying to hold this third corner hard point. Can they keep elevating this time? Only 10 points left. The rotation coming in. You can see people setting up under glass. And it looks like CLG going to be in prime position here for the next hard point.
Yeah, they're going to rotate. They've got kinetic armor on Felony. Expect him to pop it early on this hard point. There's actually someone right behind him. He has no idea.
Did he just wrap right? He really just wrapped right behind him.
If this, Felony will get one. That's going to prompt Remedy turn around. And yeah, you see, Felony did use that kinetic armor once he spotted one player. Love that decision from him. He knows I just need to stop the rotation. It does buy his team time. Split spawns now from eLevate. If CLG can just hold off 1 or 2 more waves, they'll buy themselves a nice 60-plus second lead.
Yeah, this CLG can kind of almost put this away if they can just rack up a significant amount of time here. But you do see on the minimap, it's all red. They've got this hard point locked down right now. Is eLevate. Let's see. Methods flies in, finds one. There's a second. He's going to be able to pick it up. He's going to be taken out from behind near water. And this one just been so back and forth. Like you said, lead change after lead change. CLG looking poised to close this out. But we're going to hit our third set of rotations here in just a matter of seconds.
You kind of wonder, why was that break so easy for Methods? You saw Remy had to play an awkward angle. He couldn't see the top of the stairs, so Methods did a great slide peek, got the first blood, and from there, the rest of the situation collapsed onto eLevate. It's a 50-plus second lead now for CLG as they've come to life after a slow start in this game one.
Nagafin gets 2 big ones, and he gets set up in the corner, but unfortunately, the heat wave coming in. They're able to bust through. eLevate contesting right now. They need to rack up time, trailing by 50, trying to come back. Remy's now got his heat wave. How does he opt to use this one? He's on a 3 streak, 200 off his lightning. 75 now. It'd be huge if he could get full streaks and try to close out this game. Needs a bit of assistance here. The rest of the team needs to get it done. You got one player kind of being sneaky outside. I got Aqua highlighted. He picked up one player trying to come in the backside.
eLevate could hit a very strong power spike. This is something I've been talking about, Clint, more and more often, where they
just
saved
100 off
the Cerberus. That could have definitely helped them come back into this game. But they're very close to having all 4 specialists ready to go, while the other side of things, really, Methods with the Purifier is going to be the only one who has that specialist for the 6 hardpoint. Vicento can't get the second, as Perplexed is there to help out his teammate. 3 do go down again for CLG. But now look, swap through the players. Look at their specialists. Heatwave ready to go. Nagatham with the Purifier. Vicento halfway to his site, and then Aqua. has the HC out as well. They've got streaks, they've got specialists. eLevate giving themselves an opportunity to come back in this game, but
down.
CLG break with a great use of heat wave.
But one thing to take a look at, if they don't lose on this hard point, if they can survive till the third, the big thing is going to be the fact that they're going to have those streaks for the outside hard point. Nagafin's roasted and toasted. A team kill coming in on Aqua. It doesn't matter. He's got a little bit of juice left. Can he hold off the back steps? They just need to survive till the third hard point, Jack, because they have
Beautiful
the lightning
strike from Remy.
There it is.
You saw what great teamwork there from eLevate. Nagafin was spraying both areas with the purifier. They couldn't rush in. Remy dropped the lightning because he knew the players had to hesitate. And just like that, eLevate are up by 8. And Maven, they can get so close to winning on this hard point. The silver lining for CLG is eLevate. Can't close it out of here as Remy gets 2 more. He's found himself on a 1 streak, 36 and 28. He finally does die. CLG will get the scrap time. These next few kills in rotation will be huge. And Methods finds 2.
Yeah, but the big thing, Remy still has this Hellstorm. He can clear out this hard point.
I think he just called it in. Did he just call it in?
Did he call it in? Let me check Remy real quick. It looks like he did use it. Didn't connect with anything. Perplex going to be the man in. Basically a tie game right now. Coming down to the wire. Jack's on his feet. Hyped up already in game 1. You saw the heat wave come out. Doesn't connect with anything. One going to fall from either side. Methods in. Trying to stay alive. He has an HC. It's contested.
Methods keeps going huge. Methods is going massive right now for its team. Calls in the HC. eLevate have one final push, and they're all funneling through one choke area. Methods finds 1. Aqua trades a kill back out. Felony's there, but BL fires got the AR, and CLG win map number 1, 250 to 232. What a way to kick off the first match of the night.
You know, when Remy got those streaks, I was thinking if they can just survive to this third hard point, he's going to be able to clear that out twice if he needs to.
Yep.
It's the only real open hard point.
Yep.
Didn't even get to that. You saw Methods going big time after time there. Incredible job by CLG.
I'll tell you right now, Remy gets that one more kill inside that middle hard point, gets himself a Cerberus. I think that's the game changer. I think that's the game changer.
I think I'm much more effective. That's going to be outside, too. If he had full streaks to deal with that. Like, I like the lightning call, but would you maybe want to save the lightning for the next hard point? If you can survive that one, save it for the third.
You know, it's one of those.
You get 3 kills,
he got a 3-piece of the lightning strike. Yeah. How often do we see that? I think the bigger one was the Hellstorm, where you saw 2 things that really changed the game for eLevate was the mist Hellstorm, and then Methods with the 2-piece laying down right outside glass as eLevate began to pinch on in. They had a player hitting the lower wall run. He was relying on his teammates to get up towards Laundry to be a flank.
Those kills are huge. I mean, it's nowhere near the third hard point. It's nowhere near the second. He's got a good position. He knew where the rotation was coming. Picks up 2, and that throws eLevate's plans out the window as far as the early rotations they're trying to get set for the third. It was great stuff.
It's something we see very often on a map like Breach Hardpoint, where players begin to rotate towards that second hill. So guess what they do? They have someone sitting top porta potties to catch the players off guard as they cycle through construction. They don't expect you to be there. You get 2 free kills, and you spawn them all the way across the map. eLevate not able to recover after those 2 deaths. Here's a look at your scoreboard yet again. Felony continues to impress in the hardpoint game mode, but I've got to give a shout out to Perplexed. 29 and 35. Yes, he has the most deaths on his team, just shy of 2 minutes in the hill. 12 defends the most in the game. The amount of times I saw him be the last remaining CLG player, and he picked up like a 2-piece just to keep a presence in the hardpoint was absolutely ridiculous. And here's where Nagafin took a swing.
And look at the lead early. I mean, they got up to as much as, 60, 70 points, really. Early start, great stuff from eLevate, but CLG rising. I mean, how many lead changes we had? Had to be like 5 or 6. That one's so back and forth. And at one point, it's basically 230 to 230, all coming down to that final hard point. Phenomenal stuff, really, from either side, but CLG taking an advantage early in this one. And this one now, I think, has the ability, certainly, to go the distance.
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't doubt me at all. We've seen CLG, show their brilliance in hardpoint, and then they go into the next few game modes, and you kind of wonder, is this the same team playing? Like, what happened? How were they able to kind of hold in and win so well in the hardpoint game mode, and then you hop into a search and destroy, and they're just not the same team. And that's my question mark for me. You're now going up against eLevate in S&D, one of the stronger, the highest S&D KD team of anyone in the World League.
What's funny?
At least you won map 1, right?
When you talk about eLevate, I've talked to Vicento a little bit, and he's like, "I love when you talk about our strats because we don't really have any for S&D. We just kind of do our thing, but it's been working for the most part. Do they look a little disoriented sometimes? It seems the communication's off. Like, yes, but do they get the wins most of the time? Yeah. I mean, they're fun to watch. Nagafin, a game changer in this. Remy, Aqua with the sniper. I mean, he is one of my favorite people to watch in all of Search and Destroy for all of these players.
Absolutely, and I think one big thing to point out too was I think we casted the best showing of Search and Destroy I've seen in the World League yesterday, which was the 6-0 win by Complexity yesterday on Hunted, when they did everything right. They literally did everything right. They knew exactly where to push. They knew what information they could work off of. Looking to see how eLevate do that same thing here against CLG.
Well, let's take a look. We love you guys participating on Twitter. I believe we have a tweet from Kills telling us who he thinks the biggest upset is going to be. He thinks it's going to be DT over Complexity, hashtag Adam Sloss.
Oh, God.
Sloss has a 100% win ratio currently in the Call of Duty World League.
He does, and I spoke to Sender last night. Very happy with kind of how he's been so far on the team. You could see the vocal leadership is what Killa brings to this squad, and that's kind of what we've seen before is you lose a lot in Game 5, maybe your shot calling's a little bit off. You bring someone in like Killa who can bring a different mindset to the team. So far, it worked. They won their matchup last night, looking to see how much more DT can improve.
Absolutely. Just waiting on this one to get set up. Again, Redwood S&D going to be our next match. I mean, God, I still get flashbacks when we're talking about eLevate on this particular map. What was it, week 1 or 2, really, when you have Nagafen, he gets that outside underneath flank route, picks up 3 on Optic Gaming. That one goes to, Game 5, round 11. So this is a team that has experience on this map. I know we're several months in, but my brain always jumps to the big plays certain teams have had, and this is one where eLevate has certainly put on a show. But I've also cast them on this map. I think Rise Nation jumps to mind, where Rise Nation, where they just kind of let teams sneak through middle, let teams get in behind. The communication seems off. Will they be the kind of the team unit I think they need to avoid the 0-2? Because if they go down 0-2 to CLG, they're in trouble.
Yeah, this is a map where in middle, this is kind of what players have been saying, you could hit some wicked timings, right? Where you can get so much map control if you just sneak past your opponents and they don't expect you there, right? On a map like Redwood, you get a kill. There's rocks, there's trees, there's leaves to hide behind, there's bushes. Yeah. I know Revan made a joke about Killa always hiding in bushes on these maps because it's true. Redwood as well as Hunted.
Famous with the bushes.
Yeah, there's always places to hide. So you get a sneak through, you completely collapse the offensive or defensive push of your opposing team. Looking to see, too, who has better movement on that A catwalk area, who can kind of jump between those trees, like Tarzan on the map for their squad to once again catch their opponents off guard. Yeah, this is one, just the movement. It's sometimes fun to watch what these guys can do with some of the outside wall runs, the underneath ones. It's awesome to see. I mean, Nagafen's a guy that jumps to mind that just enjoys kind of just jumping around the map for the most part. I've seen so many YouTube clips of him just coming up these crazy plays in like a 1v1 where he spends 15 seconds just running in circles on trees. Oh, I was taught a spot yesterday by Parasite where right outside that B site, there's 2 trees that you can kind of hop on. One of them, you can actually continue to wrap around and stay alive on the tree. And if your opponent doesn't check it, you might wind up having the best positioning on them. They just have no idea. You catch them off guard. All right. Well, I believe we're waiting on one player to join the lobby, and we should be good to go here. But, yeah, we do have everybody in. Just waiting on these guys to get it started, and we will be ready for Game 2. But, tweet us your thoughts. Who do you think is going to take this series? CLG so far in control after a crazy, hectic back-and-forth Game 1. But, I saw last night when we were casting, a team would win the Hardpoint convincingly. What was it? It was NV1, I think it was like 250 to 70 in Game 1. They got 6-0'd in Game 2 in about 3 minutes. So it's crazy how back and forth some of these matchups can be. We're seeing when the World League goes on, like how the game is developing, that teams that are dominant and strong in Search and Destroy are proving that more and more in their matches, right? Where, yes, you're facing one of the best teams in the league, but then it doesn't matter who you're facing. If you're the better Search and Destroy team, you just wind up winning the game. SVG ban right off the bat from BL Fire. And look at that, Maven, a protect of Afterburner from eLevate. No real surprise there, as that team just loves to play mind games. And we'll see the SVG. I mean, you got to understand that one. You do not want to have that in the hands of Aqua. I don't think there's anyone here that can really hang with him when it comes to that particular weapon. We'll see. I mean, this is a team, again, they've run double PO6 I've seen on multiple maps. I think I saw it on Infection. I've seen them do it on Breach as well. Will they consider doing it here? I'm surprised the MR6 actually made it to the 3rd ban. It got that far into the list. The Locust ban out as well from CLG. This is a team that does not want to have to worry about the eLevate snipers. But now what'll be funny is, does Felony ban the PO6? Do they go that far to ban 3 snipers against eLevate to completely cut out that aspect of their gameplay? 15 seconds remaining. Felony could find himself in an interesting spot here, as there's still a lot of things on the board, and he's going to go with the overclock ban. So Clint, there's a very good chance we see the PO6 used in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd feel more confident in it if eLevate won game one, and maybe they have a little more freedom to mix things up a bit and run, double. I just don't feel like you're going to run double PO6 unless you're feeling like you have the series in the bag a little bit to a degree. I mean, it's a little bit unorthodox, you could say. But after losing a tight game one, we'll see how they decide to play this. Will they be playing a little more of a standard gameplay where they play like eLevate usually does? Mix things up, provide us with tons of entertainment when it comes to search and destroy.
If there's any player who can make a PO6 work in any scenario, it's nagafen. So at this point, I'm just going to say he's going to use it. Through that, though, the big standout for me, Facento with Vision Pulse. On the other side of things, Methods grabbing the overdrive, going with the kind of killer type play. You get that overdrive specialist. You can hit that wicked timing through middle map, like I mentioned earlier on. Also, my big question mark for this one as well is Afterburner. How's it going to be used? Obviously protected by eLevate. Still available for the boys of CLG.
Well, they love all those tree runs, whether it's underneath, just outside the map. I mean, they love it. So I'm not surprised to see that protect coming in from them whatsoever. I just don't know who this favors. I think I have to. I mean, it favors eLevate. I think eLevate should take the S&D, I guess.
So
but I expect them to take the Hardpoint as well, though. So
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me right now if eLevate win the next two maps, and Game 4 is really our contest one, right? I think eLevate also.
I can see that.
When you go into Uplink, I favor them in that game mode as well. So I think eLevate, they regain composure here. Then they go into map 3, they win that one, then they find themselves in a CTF, which what we've seen can really come down to two, maybe one or two engagements that can win or lose your team the game.
All right, well, just waiting on the players to set up their classes. We're going to hop into game 2. If you missed the first one, again, really back and forth battle. We saw eLevate ultimately falling and really came down to the final hard point. It was a crazy one. I'm hoping we get that here in S&D. I want some round 11s. I want back and forth battles, as again, we have some incredible matchups throughout the course of the day. To be rocking the M8, so no sniper going to be coming out from him yet. All 4 up from either side, but pushing forward, it's going to be Remy. He was able to find one BL fire, going to trade out with the nade. 3-on-3 here early. The timing going to be so unfortunate. 3 down. Nagafen last alive. Going to be now in a 1v2, going up against Felony, and not able to win that one as he's going to use the rock as perfect cover there, able to take him down.
That was pretty quick. Going over to CLG. Felony obviously got his start in Search and Destroy. Now has become much more of kind of a solid player across not only just Search and Destroy, but the Respawn game modes as well. Been a big factor for this team so far in the World League. CLG continue their momentum. They're up 1-0 as they win the gun engagements near middle map.
Okay, let's switch things over to offense. Let's stick with Felony. He's got the 2-0 start. Let's see if he can work towards streaks, trying to get towards this HC as quickly as possible. In bunker, can he find anyone mid? Not able to win that gunfight. That's going to be Facento answering. We'll switch over to the bomb carrier. It's going to be Bellfire. And look at the X-ray there. You have somebody pushed up so close to Rock. I don't think he saw him there. The peak timing just off a second.
Bellfire will spot one player middle map, and he just shreds Nagafen. Make it a 3-on-3. You can see Aqua slowly sneaking up through the water. He earns himself a kill. Number advantage back over to eLevate. The execute isn't coming in on either side of the map so far for CLG, and beautiful trades now from eLevate as they use their number advantage. You can see those arrows getting closer and closer to each other. By that B site, Perplex last alive. He does get the kill on an Aqua. 1v2, Facento and Remy.
Yeah,
up
this
for
is,
eLevate.
you saw Nagafin in a 1v3 last round. We'll see if Perplexed has a better opportunity here. 35 seconds to work
Look where the
with. You
bomb
can
is, though.
see, yeah, bomb. I mean, just to get to the bomb and get to a site is going to take really like, the entire 30 seconds.
He does not have time to do this.
No.
And he realizes that right now.
He needs kills.
He realized that after he took that wall run, he went to check A, and he goes, yeah, there's no shot against their time. He did spot him. Going to try to put a burst down, but Remy's there to help out eLevate. Win their first round of game 2. It's all knotted up at 1-1.
Yeah, he had no choice there but to challenge.
Oh,
Just not enough time to work with. We'll get the final kill cam here. Remy closing things out. Both guys have the angle here to pick up the kill, and that did not take much.
No, Remy kind of blew a breath of fresh air on him, and that got the kill for him. eLevate doing a fantastic job of making sure that if you're going to shoot at my teammate, I'm there to make sure you feel the pain as well. Back on the offensive side of things is eLevate. Last time they lost some engagements in near middle map. Nagafin got first blooded, or cleaned up, sorry, but I did hear PO6. PO6 has been brought out.
I'm assuming it's
Yes.
not, but it is. And he found one.
Told you.
And perfect. There's the headshot as he's going to connect early. Nice shot coming in
This
from
is
Naga.
the exact map I played with him on last night, where he just hit the most ridiculous stuff with this weapon. 2 kills do go in favor of CLG, so as I'm praising eLevate for being able to trade things out, they just get kind of walked over near that A-bomb site. Remy now goes to begin to peek on through. That's going to leave Nagafin last alive. He's been spotted in middle map.
He's going to do
Situation
this.
to be in. No, the bomb's already being defused.
He's somehow going to do it. He's going to soar through the
Nope.
sky and get it. He doesn't. He doesn't.
Nicely done.
I had faith in him. I thought he was going to find some crazy angle. He was going to soar through the sky.
Yeah. I don't think that specialist is in game yet. Maybe you can request
the
that.
Spider-Man
Call
specialist.
Vaughn. Say, Papa Vaughn, please
that?
give us a winged specialist. Imagine you could fly up to the sky and come crashing down.
Likely.
Gravity spikes on steroids.
Likely be overpowered.
It
But I would like to watch it.
It would definitely likely be overpowered there as CLG go up 2-1. Even though eLevate got the number advantage, just never found themselves in a position to trade. So a little bit different from that second round, is now it's going to be CLG back on offense, and they're actually fanning 4 players out across the map.
Yeah, let's see how they opt to play this one out. Method's going to get pushed immediately. Nice shot, though, as Facento tried to get aggressive straight into bunker. Did not pay off. Bomb carrier, Bielfire trying to get forward as well. He might be able to catch one. Remy pokes out. Remy, does he challenge? No, gets tagged up with 2 bursts. Has to back down. Now Felony pushing across middle, trying to support this bomb carrier. We'll see if they can work on getting this down. Does Remy opt to flank through window? He saw the player Rock able to slide away for the time being. Let's check bomb. Bomb should be getting planted about halfway there now.
The awkward timing is, though, is that he's going to get up. Head's going to be right behind that site, and that's not a kill you get with ease there from Remy. Aqua left in the 1v4. Felony cleans him up. CLG continuing to impress Maven. They've got a 2-round lead over one of the best search and destroy teams in the league in eLevate.
Doing a great job thus far, and that was really, I mean, Methods kind of opened things up. You talked about kind of timings across middle, you know, if you're able to push up, because let's say they're going for an A push, you can get into bunker early, usually somebody watching the flank backside. Unfortunately for him, you go into a Methods pre-aim there right at the window, able to pick that one up easily. I like the idea, I like the aggressive play, but not going to pay off. Who do you want to watch here on the offensive side?
I want to see if Nagafin kind of recognizes, you know, maybe we need to play a little bit more normal, and yeah, he's got a coup de class. No longer rocking that PO6, and they're going to get aggressive right towards middle map. Beautiful stun to make the player back off. That's going to leave Facento to push right up through middle. He did get the wicked timing, I believe, on the player who was in top window. So now he finds himself in a spot where he can go and make a play through middle map. Hasn't done anything with it as of yet. Bielfire just needs to back up. Bomb is planted. It's going to be a 4-on-4. But I actually really like this push timing that CLG is going to have. They're going to have a beautiful opportunity to break as Remy doesn't have an AR to watch his back bridge area, but Perplex winds up dying.
So you still have Methods there trying to pinch. They have the position to do it, but Facento still underneath. He's going to be able to get the flank on, and him getting the mid-map early, so big, as you can see. Yep. Once they finally try to operate that pinch, he's in a grand position there to pick up one mid-map, and you saw great execution there from eLevate.
I mean, CLG, they had a great opportunity to pinch, but they actually did nothing with it, right?
No.
You had Perplex go by himself. He dies. You have one player push out of bunker towards bridge. He dies at the end there. You have one rush right up to Facento. Nothing working out for CLG as eLevate bring another round in their favor.
eLevate trying to climb back in this one. Let's switch back over to the offensive side of things. Now let's check through real quick. I just want to see if there's any specialists. You have the HC, and you do have Overdrive here for Methods, but obviously if he hasn't used it now, not going to be opting to use it. I don't think we'll see Facento trying to fly in bunker this round.
Oh, neither do I. As you could see the 3-man pressure from eLevate, this is where they begin to change things up. Perplexed in a power position right behind this stone brick wall. Facento does strike first.
There's a
And
lot.
as I say that, Facento gets the second. Coming to life, you can see he's the guy who tries to get the entry kills for his team. That time it pays off, and now it's going to be a 4v2 retake of the B site as Felony goes to get the bomb planted.
We'll check right now. Yeah, bomb plant going to be simple enough, but now they're going to be flying in. BLFire's got his work cut out for him alongside Felony here. Can they get the first couple of kills? Felony going to go out the back window, get picked up immediately, and Remy cuts 2 down. That's Facento opening things up, Remy closing them down, and he's 5-3, 50 away, so he's going to pick up a couple of streaks here, and this is going to really help them try to come back at this one. I mean, they're going to be 3-3 now. I mean, this is looking so good for CLG, I feel like 2 minutes ago.
This is where it starts to get scary. You know, you've got an eLevate team who's starting to get their confidence.
So they're both on 3 streaks, so why do they opt? Is it different than 50?
No, so he will get this and get closer to his vision pulse as well. So he'll get the HC, gets himself a little bit closer to that specialist.
He already had his heat wave.
He's already got heat wave, and he's only 50 off of an HC. A lot of players, they recognize, you know, might as well get it to the person who can get closer to another specialist. You bring in a vision pulse, especially in a game like this, can help you win a round. Can stop a team from maybe going 1 round away from being the winners of the map. Remy, beautiful 2-piece in that kill cam to close things out. As eLevate tie the game back up at 3-3, we'll go into round 7. Facento with the HC, wondering if we're going to see an A execute. Does Nagafen have camo yet?
I'll check it out. He's close.
He
doesn't have it quite yet.
And look, now, you know, eLevate find their ground a little bit. Nagafen goes back to some of the weird stuff with the PO6.
And this is what we saw Facento try to do. Push directly up, and no one has it watched. You know how I said this happens to them sometimes?
Timing.
eLevate just doesn't have it watched sometimes, that mid-cut. They're able to push up. I see this happen to them. I've seen it happen to Rise quite a bit. They just leave that mid-push open, and it leads to a kill almost every single time.
You know Nagafen's frustrated with that one. You can't let a play like that happen so easily. Look at how far back eLevate have to play. Facento's literally in his spawn. Now they'll begin to execute towards the B site. Going to be up to Nagafen to even these numbers back out, as it's going to be tough to plant the bomb in a 3v4 scenario.
Well, they don't have anyone really watching the bomb. I think they have a free plant right now if they go for it, but look how quickly Methods will be able to collapse. The other two should start rotating over here in a matter of seconds. You see Perplex still kind of waiting on A. Aqua's able to go in, though. He's able to pick one up. He needed a little bit of help at B. I'm surprised there wasn't another player that had pushed over. But now, can they actually opt to get the bomb down and maintain control here?
Shots down towards middle map. Aqua's going to spot another player of CLG. Facento picks off Perplexed. They've gotten control of CLG's spawn, which will give them peace of mind to know, hey, we just need to watch middle map and bridge, and you can see how they're set up. Middle map being watched by Facento, as Method's going to run right into that AR shot. They have no openings. They have no chance of winning this round.
Yep, they are toast.
eLevate will close it out. 3 straight rounds for them, as they're going to go up 4-3 in this first of 6 game mode.
That's got to be frustrating for Methods. You know, you get that first blood, what, 5 seconds into the round, really just pushing straight into bunker. And then I don't understand, because you know you have things cut off. You have 2 players today that haven't seen anything. Why is BLFire by himself there playing window? Because that plant was wide open. He was window the whole time. The players literally walked into lap, walked up behind him, and killed him. So I don't know what the communication was there from CLG, but they clearly did not think they were going to be.
I'm guessing that they thought they had the cross watched, so BLFire was waiting for, hey, they're crossing, so he could pull back towards back lab.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't watched. There you go. That's beautiful analysis right there. But
well, I kept watching, like, why is no one rotating over? Like, no one's coming to help.
I went over to his perspective to see where he was. I couldn't tell if he was laying down outside the top window or in top window. As I say that, though, as we're criticizing BLFire for that decision, he does get first blood for his team to give CLG an opportunity to take this round back.
And I want to watch Nagafen, see if he opts to get a little aggressive. Now they're going to see the cross. They're able to watch the bridge there. 2 kills coming in. He's going to drop. Aqua last alive. Now he's opted to go with the PO6. Tries to find one at bunker. The shot just a little bit off, but that one's going to connect. He's now in a 1v3. Can he pick up the rest? Still tagged up, and BLFire going to close that one out with the RK5.
When you're Nagafen and you're sitting at that middle tree, once your teammate dies on those B steps, you know you're done for, right? There's no other pressure in middle map. They get a free pinch in from the B-bomb. Methods literally cleans them up as the easiest kill you can imagine. BLFire, though, comes in clutch with a few kills for his team. This game will be tied back up at 4-4. So far, a very even series between these two teams. If you are just tuning in, game 1, I believe, was an 18-second margin point victory for CLG to take that one. eLevate now in their bread and butter game mode find themselves in a tough spot, tied up 4-4 in round 9.
Yeah, this one's been about as tight as you could ask for early. I think it's Vicento calling out the HC very quickly here. He saw player window. That's going to be taken out immediately. So not too much info picked up, but Nagafin did grab Perplex. Perplex trying to get a little aggressive on A. I was going to wonder, do they wrap it back towards A now? That's the sole player. They have a stack here at B. They can hit A very quickly and get set up, but one player now going to be rotating out. Got him highlighted on the minimap. That's going to be Felony.
Numbers in favor of eLevate. They have some specialists good to use. I wonder, though, if they save them for like a defensive round where they have Aqua push right up through B, try to force the action, as Nagafin will kill the HC of CLG. He's going to begin to peek up on towards this B site.
He's got his camo to work with, too. Methods, I think, was putting in shots, so he knows they're crossing. They know the bomb's coming. Here they're going to start flying in. One player gets close. Second, Nagafin cutting them both down, setting up Remy to get the bomb down. All of a sudden, Felony's like, where did my team go?
That was a nice little jingle.
Yeah, I have a beautiful singing voice, especially with the current cold I have.
Yeah, I feel like you were the type of kid to be forced to do choir when you were like 7 years old in church.
Oh, my parents. Oh yeah, I went to youth group every Wednesday, church every Sunday, and I did sing in the choir a couple times.
That is so accurate. I can completely believe that.
Oh yeah, that was my life.
Wow. All right, well, it got you here to this point today.
It did.
So
it really turned me into the polished individual that I am.
Oh, God.
But
5-4, eLevate up. I mean, you saw there. Note to CLG, guys, don't body stack. And this is kind of what I began to wonder, is CLG going to change things up? They will. It's the first A execute so far this game. Aqua's here with the PO6. He sees multiple players
That's
charging.
trouble.
It's first blood over to Felony. He used the camo to get that kill, but that is well worth it as the A site is fully held down by CLG.
And you expect one of those heavy, just kind of strong pushes towards A to come out at least once a game. And you don't expect three players to be set up there. Felony able to deal with the HC coming in, and now the retake potential. Is it there? CLG trying to
the
hold
high wall run.
Trying to push round 11.
Nagavin's trying to hit the high wall run around that back building to try to get a shot in over towards the trees, get any information for his team.
What happened to Vicento?
Falls off the map.
Nice shots.
Nagafin will get one kill. Number advantage still to CLG, and now it's a 1v3. Felony last alive, Remy last alive, dies to Felony. Round 11 between eLevate and CLG.
It's going to be a good day, Jack. We have what, a 20-point game one. We've got a round 11 here in game two. I'll tell you what, I'm feeling all kinds of sexy.
Oh, all right,
I'll let you know.
Thankfully, this is a 18-plus broadcast, I'd say, or the game. This will be eLevate on defense, though, in round 11. Silver lining for them. Vicento, will he go towards B with the Vision Pulse?
No overdrive.
I'm wondering if he's going to play B or middle with Vision Pulse. He will play B.
Well, do you want me to keep on with him then? I know we like to go with the offense, but can you check through the other players of CLG? Because
there's not a single specialist on CLG right now.
There it is. Here comes the push. They're starting to fly forward. They realize everyone's space is still back in
could win his team the round right here.
Check your right. There, he finds him, and he doesn't win it. Oh, God, the timing there, potential to pick up two, and the entire team of CLG still hanging out in trees.
Oh, my God. They knew exactly what they had to do. They baited out the specialists, and just like that, the only specialist remaining is that of Aqua.
Run away.
With the kinetic armor. He's going to back up, kill the HC. CLG will begin to try to get this bomb down near the B site. He's going to call on an HC of his own.
He's got a kinetic, too.
Oh, my God, this could wind up being a game changer as he flies on out, not going to get a kill.
He's got his kinetic.
The bomb is planted. He's got kinetic armor. He's just going to go right for this execute. He's got a teammate there to trade. Don't body stack, eLevate. Don't make a mistake. Here comes Aqua charging in. He does get one kill. Spots second up on top of bridge. He can't get away. It was go.
He finally gonna back down. Window here. I think Vicento. Did he see one? Who is in the corner? How does he not see his player? He's gonna find the one in water. They're still underneath. Perplex. He's trying to push her out. Vicento gets both. Perplex out by himself. Checking the bomb. 20 seconds to go. He's got the heat wave. This is all. They don't realize where he is. If he hits the heat wave, picks up one kill, he might be able to do it. But they're gonna find it. Vicento's got the defuse.
And he's shooting the bodies. Aqua. Nicely done by eLevate to win in round 11. You know, it was a little bit closer, I think, than we were expecting, but eLevate still win it.
Somehow, Vicento, there was a player just like crouching in the bush outside middle. It was Perplex. I was like, Vicento doesn't see him. He doesn't see him. He still gets two kills.
What did I tell you?
The player in water.
This map in Redwood, this map in Hunted, sorry. You hide in those bushes, and then
sneaky.
It is something special.
Wow.
As eLevate clutch it up in round 11. Aqua, beautiful use of kinetic armor, saved it for that exact moment. I thought it was going to be catastrophe as he went to run back into satellite and said it worked out.
And even with kinetic, like that's not the easiest gunfight there when you're trying to fight the player in the bomb. I mean, kinetic, I think, might be the best specialist in the game when it comes to that type of situation. When you're trying to push out, trying to bully someone, trying to win that one-on-one gunfight. But Whew, wasn't easy. And then, yeah, like you said, he bumps into basically every player trying to get back in.
Yeah.
Able to survive, though, and eLevate going to take this series now 2-1-1. The new guy, Perplex, finds himself just trying to come up with the big play there.
He
but
had an opportunity. It was close. If the player didn't spot him, I think they spotted him running into bottom control.
Yeah.
Once he ran in on in there, he got pushed from top window. There was 2 players on bomb. Really, he has to hit a pretty nutty kind of opportunity where he could just pop that heat wave and pick up a 2-piece as they're trying to hop the bomb. Doesn't work out for CLG. It will be 1-1. As we go to your after-action report, you got to now wonder. eLevate, they win the game mode they're supposed to. It wasn't clean, but they get it done. Now they go into Uplink. The map will wind up being Fringe. Oh, I've seen eLevate do some naughty, naughty things on this map.
God, yeah. I mean, they've been, I know I say it all the time, but ever since Advanced Warfare, watching them is that when they were TR, just when it comes to Uplink, a fun team to watch, always seeming so innovative. But who stands out for you? Who really came up with the big plays? I mean, really, it was, look how well-rounded the game was just from a stat standpoint. I mean, everyone really coming up big. Perplexed, unfortunately, goes 3-8. He was the guy you saw at the end of that one trying to go big. But is there anything that really stands out for you from Game 2, really jumps to mind?
It's that everyone on eLevate pulled their own weight. They all went positive 1 or 2. You had Facento at times get the clutch 2-piece here and there. 3 plants from Remy, 1 plant from Aqua, and 2 diffuses as well. eLevate, they just clutched up on the rounds they needed to, and that was the difference at the end.
All right, could not agree more, Jack. Just taking a look at the highlights here. This is where Facento, I think, fell off the map. Nogafin trying to pick it up. This is the final push. You see the kinetic armor come out, and then after this, Facento, I don't know. I guess the play, if Perplexed had an M8 there, he would have been able to take him out window, but it ends up turning in to a nightmare for them. Aqua letting him know.
He just wanted to make sure he was dead. You know,
that's all it was, guys.
A lot of times these guys complain about
friendly banter
about you know, oh, I'm lagging a little bit. Maybe Aqua just was lagging. I think that's what we'll say. Certainly.
That's all it was.
Looked a little deliberate there as we get the next map ready to go. So game 3 will be Fringe, then evac CTF, which is now that I see that I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen in that Banner Protect phase? You're facing eLevate on evac CTF. True. You leave in Afterburner. I feel like that's one where you just ban out perk 1 and perk 3 greed right away. Just don't give the perks to eLevate to make some crazy stuff happen. But obviously, if eLevate want to win the series in game 4, they've got to take map 3 here, and the first Protect is once again eLevate with Afterburner.
All right, let's see how this Ban Protect is going to break down. It's a slow one so far. Just Afterburner now.
I'm telling you.
Greed. All right, Jack, you know what you're talking about. You've been grinding.
It doesn't surprise me to see them focus more on just getting rid of the perk setup that you could wind up seeing from the likes of eLevate. eLevate are one of the best with those perks where they can kind of use them to their advantage. Just, you know what, let's minimize them as much as possible. Let's just get them off the table right away.
Waiting from the choice here from Facento. Going to be taking Overclock out. Not shocked to see that one. You know what a difference maker that can be, specifically in game types like Uplink and CTF. Overdrive still going to be on the table as well. Not as big of a deal now that Overclock's out. What do you think about the Syntax fan there?
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, we saw some beautiful Semtexes earlier on from Methods to break Hardpoints in that first game. But let's talk about the Overclock ban really quick, because you saw it come out of eLevate. You kind of wonder, well, why do they ban that? Because perk 1 greed is out, they don't want their opponents to be able to use Overclock when they're all using Afterburner. So let's get that off the table. Let's force everyone to use the same exact perk, which is going to be that Afterburner ability. So they kind of just counter-ban the ban that came in of perk 1 greed.
All right, now we're going to get into the specialist drafts here. We'll leave those Ban Protects up in case you guys miss some of the action there or just tuning in. See if anything shocking is going to happen here. Should be pretty standard. See Scythe for either side. Method's likely going to be kinetic armor here for the final choice on his side. And then, do we get a second weapon? Are we going to have the 3-in-1 here with abilities? The only ability that came off the table, again, going to be Overdrive. Yep, Methods rounds out kinetic armor. And we'll see what Nagafin's final choice is. Now, guys, coming up here, just to let you know, we're putting together, it's kind of a series of videos with Activision, just kind of one-on-one videos for Search and Destroy, Hardpoint, Uplink, just sort of tutorial videos. Because, especially when we get to live event viewer, we're going to have a lot of new viewers coming in. We want to teach you guys the different game modes. Because not everyone, maybe you don't play Call of Duty, but you like to watch the action, you follow TSM, you've come over from a different title.
Honestly, Uplink, a newer game mode in general. People who are tuning back in because we've seen so many new viewers, right, come to Call of Duty now through the COD World League. Maybe they've just never seen Uplink in COD before.
Absolutely. So we're going to throw to a quick video here. Uplink 101.
Uplink is a favorite mode within the esports community because of its fast-paced, aggressive nature. This mode features two teams clashing in an attempt to score a satellite drone into an enemy's floating uplink station. The drone will be spawned in a neutral point between players' locations. Players must then get to the spawn location to fight over control of the drone. Every drone thrown through the uplink station scores 1 point. However, 2 points are awarded if the drone is carried through the goal. Uplink forces players to push into enemy territories and to hold their position. The player with the drone loses their equipped weapon, but gains an additional protective armor, assisting them while their guard is down. After 2 rounds, alternating between map sides, the team with the most points wins the match. Uplink brings on a whole new aggressive gameplay that requires players to solidify their teamwork and conquer map control.
You know, the guy talking there sounded pretty darn good looking. You know the guy?
I'm great for voiceovers. I mean, I'm going to be honest.
You're just going to go out and say it?
There are not many things I'm good at in this world.
I can agree.
Talking is one of them. I have a just amazing voice.
Talking and eating, I think, are two of both of our strengths.
Really good at eating. But players getting wrapped up here, ready to hop into Game 3. Series all tied up 1-1. It's been back and forth. But again, we're going to have a string of those videos. And I know, listen, this is not to dumb things down for you viewers that have been around for years. That's not it at all. It's for the new guys coming in throughout the course of the season. Maybe Black Ops 2 fans haven't watched it in a long time, coming back for Black Ops 3, just educating some guys on different types of
I can already tell you right now, our mentions are probably filled with people like, are you guys serious? We all watch the World League. We know what Uplink is. Guess what? It's not for just you.
Well,
you're not the only person in this world. There's other people who need to learn the game.
Well, yes, I saw, I go on the TSM subreddit sometimes, and I saw when they got a team, there were some questions about different game modes, how stuff operated. So this is for them, those new viewers that are going to be coming in. But let's hop in to Uplink here on Fringe. Game 3.
Razorback.
Kicking things off with Aqua. And what is that?
That's what I was just thinking. The first thing I noticed.
Razorback 101 video coming next week.
As he came on in, he does still have the HC on, electing to go for the Cerberus as well as his top streak, so not going to have the Lightning Hellstorm combo that we see so often in the likes of these Uplink and CTF game modes. Perplex has pushed all the way up into the opponent's base. CLG with early drone control as Methods is already 2-0 to start this game.
Yeah, needs a little bit of help here. He's kind of mid-truck trying to get through. Can he get a 1-point toss-up? You got to throw it! Not going to get out of his hands. That's going to lead to 3 down. Perplex, the only one up to deal with pressure. He's going to have to go big here at Trax. He's able to find one, and that one kill has slowed them down, makes them wrap back towards middle, gets his players up off a spawn, and now they've got a chance to deal with the drone carrier and Remy.
You can see Remy just is trying to find one hole in the setup right now of CLG. He hasn't gotten past maybe the 30-yard line of the map. Nagafen will get taken out from behind. BL Fire does get that kill. Remy will just toss it forward for yards as it's looking like this won't be a score.
Yeah, I thought maybe Aqua was going to push Trax, see if they were going to do, that cross-map pass, but ultimately going to end up getting reset. Let's switch across. Who's got a hot start here? We have Remy 4-1. He's got a 2 streak. Can he find a couple of kills here? He's got one in wood. I think there was a second player to deal with as well that went top barn. Ultimately, he's going to end up dropping. Drone going to fall now to Facento. He's got Nagafen in front. The push coming. Can he stay alive? There's the 1-point toss. Early score here for eLevate.
Nicely done by eLevate to convert that point. Now we'll watch over with Felony as he's trying to hold on to his base. And as I say that, though, Facento is still being such a nuisance. Not going to connect with that 1-point shot over Brandy's house. Facento is here, but you've got the Shiva that made it through the Banner Protect phase. And one funny thing I want to point out, Maven, is we didn't get to touch on this earlier because there was so much action, but eLevate know exactly where to position themselves to intercept the high 1-point tosses over barn. As long as they have one player that's in a position there, I expect them to be able to stop CLG from getting those very long one-pointers in. So far, CLG are held scoreless. That can definitely be a difference maker as this game continues to go on.
Well, watching Remy now, he's picking up one in wood. They're just trying to fight for control of the map. You can see everything, basically, his entire team trying to push out a barn right now. Now, he's got to a pretty forward position here. Timing's going to catch him there as the player comes from L.
Felony heard the wall run. I mean, he reacted immediately the second he heard that player hit that wall spot. Nagafen just going to go for another 1-point toss. There he'll connect with it. Yeah, nice job there to give his team the second score. Silver lining for CLG is that they got 4 dead. That Heatwave not going to get a single kill with the specialist. Methods now with the drone, and this looks like a great scoring opportunity for CLG. But Aqua picks up 2 kills and stops the push immediately.
I think he actually got all 3 as they push steps. So Aqua, that's stopping a point potentially because they had a couple down. The push was coming from Trax, and Aqua playing incredible base defense. We've talked about what a good S&D player he is, but he can really get it done in every single game mode. Now, Drone going to be going to Nagafin. He's back spawn. Not going to be able to do much from here. Just biding his time, waiting for his teammates to potentially pick up a couple kills. You saw 1 kill come in on Trax. That's going to be his cue to get forward. There's a second for Remy. He's got the Sentinel leading the way. He picks up 1 as well. And this may be a dunk. Let's see where the spawn comes in. There's 1 player cutting across. The Heatwave comes in. His teammate kills him. No, trying to get around.
Camo right now, Nagafin. He does it. He does. And that's going to be a 2-possession lead. I love watching eLevate and Uplink because that whole push, you might have said, like, well, Nagafin waited so long to begin that. They could have gotten that in much earlier. He sat back rocks and waited for his teammates to not only clear rails, but clear small fence and top barn. Oh, God, Nagafin gives him the up easy. He turns and burns on the Methods, and that's an example of that one. You say you don't understand it. You saw it right there.
That's the up easy?
He turns, he hits every single bullet.
Oh, I still hate it.
As eLevate's up 4-0.
Nagafin somehow still staying alive and picks up that kill with the L-car before finally falling. There were a couple down for either side here. Jack, drone control still for eLevate. They have dominated throughout this one. I know they're only up 4-0, but we haven't really seen the drone in the hands of CLG at all, except for that 1 push that got shut down by Aqua.
I'm not surprised about, honestly. It's like, I know eLevate is the stronger Uplink team. Methods doing what he can from L-Wall. He's got the Shiva ready to go. Does get the kill out of the lead blocker, but the drone movement just too nice from Nagafin as he stays alive with the objective. He's going to fly high in middle street, get right back over to small fence, and there's actually 1 player inside little room. If they can get the kill on this, they might have a chance for a score.
He's hunting for him with the ball right now.
Yeah, he's just trying to make any play happen for his team. His lead blocker in Aqua does get shot in the back at L-Wall, and they might have to go for a long 1-point toss. Nice, he does.
Nice shot.
3-possession game.
That's frustrating, too, because, you know, that's Felony, I think, popped the camo. They're able to pick up 2, trying to shut down the push, but he still connects with a difficult 1-point toss. And commanding lead, 5-0, complete control there from eLevate throughout the entire first half. I mean, if you were talking possession, that was like a 95 to 5%. Like, that was insane. They had drone control throughout the entire game.
And let's just quickly point out this final kill cam. How many times that half did we see when CLG get, 3 or 4 dead on eLevate, where maybe it's Aqua last alive? He gets 2 kills as they begin to push up middle map, doing a fantastic job of locking down top barn. Big reason why CLG were held scoreless inside 1. We'll see if their luck and overall drone control is switched around here. The standout player so far, Methods, at 13-9 with that Shiva, and he's going to get into the, well, one of the strongest power positions with a weapon like this, top barn.
That's part of the reason that eLevate can play so aggressive in a lot of these game modes. They have faith in their players to play solid defense and come up with those multi-kills, but Nagafin, 1-point toss off the rip, over the top, able to sink it. How many distance tosses is this guy going to hit in this one? Excellent stuff from Naga.
Rise and eLevate are really the 2 teams that are just so good at hitting the 1-point tosses, and there's the strength of the Man of War Maven. He's almost got himself camo again, very close to that HC as well. He's got another close range engagement. Felony does get the better of him there. eLevate up 6-0 as they continue to run away with this game 3.
Yeah, they've got this one locked down. They need to see, I don't know what CLG has to do to mix things up and try to get control, but they have not been able to do anything right. That's going to be 3 down. Now's their best opportunity, but look at the play. He grabs camo, he grabs the drone, at least able to delay, a good 3 to 5 seconds there, allow his team to get up, but ultimately Perplex is going to have it.
This should be a
kills
dunk.
coming in.
All right, this is a dunk
it's
now.
Methods in the corner here.
Does he wind up waiting? No. So they do have a player still middle map, and actually all of eLevate is now just spawning up, so while eLevate have dominated 90% of this game, this should be another dunk.
He gets around this corner.
This is another dunk. So, yes, eLevate have dominated 90% of this game, but now it's going to be 6-4, just like that. It's 1 possession, and all the work of the last 6 minutes of eLevate just got completely wiped off the board.
It absolutely did. You have a Scythe basically at your spawn. That's going to be Hellfire picking up the kills. Methods is going off with that Shiva. He's on a 4 streak. He has drone. If he's able to flush one through, he's going to be getting so close to full streaks here. Who's the 1 player push forward? That's going to be Perplexed. He's going to connect there with his Heatwave. Not able to pick up kills. Can they get forward? Trying to play it slow for now. You see Felony getting 1, but this is him by himself.
They put a lot into this push.
Here? And his streaks are gone.
They used Heatwave. They used an HC car. Now they're going to continue to flood up is eLevate. They've got Aqua ready with the drone. Expect him to use this high wall run to bank right off the barn wall. This is such a great route from him as he'll hit the 1-point toss.
He misses by just a bit, but gets
this
the
might
kill.
work out.
It's still up. The only player to deal with this is going to be Hellfire. He can stop the potential dunk there. Not enough. The added armor does it, and 1 point goes through. I think he had a free dunk, too.
Yeah, pretty lucky there to be able to still get the 1 point toss in. Nagafen just going to toss the drone forward for yards. It's still a 2-possession game. God, that mana war from the middle range is just so disgusting. Has BL Fire will grab the objective and begin to push it right back through 10.
All right, let's see if they can push here.
Look at eLevate, though.
Now
Pitching it from both
And you
areas.
have Vicento in the corner I've highlighted. You have Aqua coming from behind. Aqua got one. Remy picks up one as well. Aqua still chasing his player. Bielfire, sorry about you, but there's a player in the corner as well. Nice defense there from the side of eLevate.
You just saw Bielfire knew how awkward of a run that was, right? He couldn't stop. He couldn't wait for teammates. He was all on his lone sub. Couldn't get anything done with the drone. 7-4 now in favor of eLevate. They've got drone control. With 2 minutes remaining, you're going to need to see another spark of life from CLG. And Clint, I can't count them out, right? Because
well, you got those 4 points.
Yeah, they got 4 points in like 14 seconds, I think. So even down to the wire, eLevate, I think they realize, you know, guys, this game is not over. Even right now, great map positioning for CLG. Perplex is still alive. Finally, he does die. The best thing that happened right there for eLevate is Perplex pushing that far up because it spawned the rest of eLevate's teammates right at back lobe, and that's another missed 1 point play.
Yeah, I thought he hit that, but just missing by a bit. I mean, the big thing in that rally was Methods able to get kind of in the back corner, set up with that Shiva, and he was just going off, picking up kill after kill. But this is potential here for at least a 1 point toss, you got to think, and that would make this kind of a 2-dunk game. He goes for the high one, hits the corner, misses the jumpers. That's back-to-back misses for eLevate here. As they're not able to put more through. I'll keep Bielfire highlighted. Now, more than likely he'll be resetting here.
Now, yes, CLG have missed a couple tosses themselves, but
this is dangerous.
This game can technically be 9-4 for eLevate. He gets his kill very quickly. He can actually turn and reversal this drone for a 1 point toss of his own. He still has kinetic armor, doesn't need to pop it. Aqua, the confidence there to not use the specialist is just unbelievable. As Nagafen will hold Perplexed, and with 50 seconds remaining, Clint, if eLevate can just get control of this drone one final time, this game might be over. And
oh my God, that's painful. That is painful.
Actually helps CLG in the long run. His active camo was wasted by Nagafen, but yeah, it still looks like eLevate are ready to hold this midstream.
Yeah, they should, but that was a kind of a guaranteed 1 pointer, right? If he gets that camo.
Yeah.
Actually, with the way they've been shooting on this side, potentially not, but under 30 to go. Aqua heating up here. He's 25 and 23 with a 3 streak. Remy cleaning up that kill in front as well, and they've got control. The time's on their side. They should be able to close this out.
Can you at least hit this toss, please, Vicento? Show your teammates how it's done. Thank you, Bryce. I know I can count on you. As eLevate will win map 3 and go up 2-1 in this best of 5 over CLG. And to be quite honest with you, Maven, they won the 2 maps I expected them to win. Now, though, evac CTF will be game 4, one that I don't even know what to call.
evac, I mean, who do you think it favors? We talk about going to be a little bit more sub-heavy. We talk about the fact that Mana War is going to be big there. You just saw the Mana War used really, really well by the side of eLevate. Not really, it was more the kind of favored the Shiva there. Mana War you saw for a couple players at different times on eLevate. I think it favors eLevate, but the way this series has been, I mean, incredibly back and forth. But that one, I mean, when you talk about the actual score, what, 9-4 I think it ended up being, again, those 4 points came in a spree of 14 seconds. Outside of that, eLevate completely had it on lock.
Oh, for sure.
You weren't nervous outside of that little glimpse that you saw out of Methods and crew once they got that pin down.
I think one thing, you and I really didn't get to touch on that game, Rapid Fire actually made it through the Ban and Protect phase, so Rapid Fire was in use in that uplink.
Makes the Mana War even more viable, the Shiva as well. You saw that getting to good use.
It didn't really do too much, though, in my eyes. It got through. Yes, they used those weapons. It's still very strong on the M8, only makes that weapon even better. And you saw it there on that map. evac CTF will be next. I mentioned how CLG, I think they'll start moving more towards like the Perk 1 and Perk 3 greed bands.
Okay.
This is a map, if there's any one to use, any map in game mode to use that on, it's going to be evac CTF.
Yeah, no, it certainly will be. But let's take a look quick at the after-action report. You see just the balanced effort really coming out of the side of eLevate. We talk about it all the time from teams like them, teams like Rise Nation. When it comes to the slaying department, everyone can get it done. But look at the 5 throws. Nagafen, we saw him miss a couple, but he buried the ones that matter early that really put them to that early lead.
Oh, yeah, and they really just were able to kind of close things out from there. Here's a look at some of the highlights from this last game. You can see Remy, he tossed that drone forward for yards, does get the kill on the BL Fire, but I think we just saw it. Inside one, the brick wall of holding from eLevate winds up helping them win that game. This was a great use of camo to get that dunk from Nagafen. Nice job with the specialist that series. Oh, Nagafin. Yep, DZ was absolutely ridiculous. Now, when it went into side 2, you saw CLG show some signs of life, especially in that coordinated push. Now, you think coordinated pushes are strong in Uplink. CTF, it's all about coordinated pushes.
Yeah.
You need to see that throughout the entire game and just not one kind of 60-second window from CLG if they want to have a chance of forcing a Game 5.
I mean, the good thing, I guess, from them is that 60 seconds of brilliance can lead to that one cap. I mean, we've seen 1-0 CTFs, 2-1, very
stronghold,
very, very close game. So it could sometimes CTF comes down to just 1 or 2 big plays, big moments, which that's all CLG really had in the Uplink. So that's on their side, I guess.
Yeah. What's scary is that it's not even just 1 or 2 big plays; it's like 1 or 2 kills can make the difference in a CTF, especially with a 7.5-second respawn timer. If it's you missing a kill on someone who you need to get on cutoffs, right, and then they get the flag return. That's an example of a game-changing kill or engagement in CTF. We mentioned the ban and protect phase a little bit. I kind of spoke on CLG. I think a lot of this next game is going to be won or lost in this ban and protect phase from either of these teams to see who can come out on top.
All right, Jack, well, we asked you guys earlier, who's going to be the biggest upset today? From Zeppel on Twitter, he thinks it's going to be TK going up against H2K. And, I mean, at this point, anyone TK beats is an upset.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mean that to be mean. It's just that's kind of how it is right now. With where they are on the leaderboards, they're what, sitting at the bottom right now.
Dead last.
Any win kind of feels like an upset, and they need every single win. I saw some tweets kind of going back between Neslo and Sharp, and Neslo's like, don't worry, we just got to worry about tomorrow. And Sharp was like, that was great to say when we were 3-5. But it's gotten to a point where, I mean, you need – it's been like this for a while. They got to get a win today. They absolutely do.
Maven and I will hop over to Codcaster. We're the reasons why this lobby isn't starting up. That was all our fault, Clint. We ruined the dreams of everyone across America.
That's all right. Sometimes I can't tell because, we have the lighting and stuff. These get dim when we're live. I can't tell what colors everything is. I need reading glasses.
It's really, I think it's more your age.
Probably is.
I mean, your eyes, they've got to start to kind of. Oh,
that's actually the only thing that. I'm going to talk myself up a little bit. I had 20/10 vision as a youngster. That's like the best you can have. And that's the only thing. The hair is gone, obviously. That's just been falling out. It looks like a crappy garden right now. But when we talk about my eyes, that's the only thing I still have. Like, literally, I have laser eyes. I can see anything. Except when there's like a sun beating down on this monitor.
You know what, Clint? You have your eyes and you have your charm.
Thanks, bud.
This is why we're great friends.
And I have my height. What's up, little people?
That one actually hurts me. But it's so nice, being up here alongside each other. This is what true friendship is.
It is. And I'm looking forward to this weekend with the 25K. The only problem is that, there's a group of us, Fwiz, Nade. I think we're all going out Friday. So depending on my condition Saturday, we'll see if I come over for the cast. I should be there.
I think you'll be there.
I'm coming over in gym shorts and like a Doctor Who t-shirt. We're getting rowdy.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks.
An 18-pack of cherry Dr. Pepper.
See? We're getting real wild.
Is that a thing?
I have no idea. I don't know if they sell 18 packs of soda, but if there's anyone who would know, it would probably be you.
I don't drink soda.
Oh, see? Well, not. You learn something new every day.
I have water, Gatorade.
Yeah, you chugged an energy drink earlier. You began to yell immediately after it and pound your chest. I wish I was kidding. That's how we set up.
That's how I cast.
If you are wondering what the delay is, we're just waiting for Aqua to switch to the correct team, and once he does,
could be a quick restroom break for one of the guys. Not a big deal. Just waiting on them to get locked and loaded. We'll see if eLevate is able to close out this one. Just one win away from taking the first series, and then again we have the next 2 matchups are absurd. We're going to be going into Envy versus FaZe, and then Optic versus Rise Nation. I mean, that's just basically, it's got top 4, top 6 matchups written all over it. It's going to be awesome to see. Is again the top segment of this. The standings right now for North America are just so tight throughout the first, really, 6 to 8 spots? It's crazy.
If you see FaZe beat Envy and Rise beat Optic tonight, talk about storylines heading into the second half of Stage 1.
Sure.
Everyone within maybe 1 or 2 games of each other, that can definitely be shaken up.
Yeah.
I think the big thing that everyone forgets is, if Optic kind of falter maybe in the next couple weeks, they have some tough matches, they can't clutch up. We saw if they lose that match at CLG last week, there's a major difference, obviously, in the overall standings. But Week 11 is when Optic Gaming and FaZe match up again. So you come down to that. If it comes down to 1 game, that could dictate the entire season and where they end up seeding-wise.
Well, think about it. I mean, seeding is so important because, you know, when we're talking about future events, you know, whether it is UMGs, MLGs, whatever happens in the future for open events, you know, you typically will have some kind of like pool play.
Yep.
But for something like this, I mean, this is your pool play. That's the best way to look at it. You're playing for 11 weeks to determine your seed. So when you get down to week 10, week 11, those matches that really just kind of determine that pecking order, you don't want to be that team playing Optic first round. It becomes so important. But let's hop right into the ban protect. You talked about hitting those perk ones, Afterburner coming right off the map. What do you think about that ban? Oh, I did MR6 protected. Nagafin's rejoicing to the heavens somewhere.
Oh, he's telling Bryce, great work there and getting that weapon in game. Rapid fire won't make it through this time around. An overclock ban from Aqua. So 2 perk ones off the table right away.
All right, like you said, both coming off. So, I mean, right now, CTF, do you even need a perk one? I mean, a flak jacket, not that important.
Honestly,
you don't even need one.
Honestly, if I'm playing this right now, I'm potentially double stacking on perk 2 or perk 3. Obviously, Blast Suppressor could still be banned out. Dead Silence, we see Rick use Dead Silence all the time in this game mode on this map. Wondering what teams will wind up focusing on. All the tacticals still available. There goes Overdrive. Overclock Overdrive is like the 2 that you always see banned, especially in CTF.
Absolutely. Smoke still on the map. Camo still on the map. Those 2 get used quite effectively here when you're trying to get that flag out. You'll see concussions go. I mean, Flashbang, I guess, might be the final one to come out. I don't know how worried Nagafin is about that, but let's see what he opts to go with. The guy. Okay,
Camo.
so Camo is going to come
Flash makes it through, and all perk 3s make it through. So might see some more kind of focus on primary gunfighter. Maybe even danger close with Semtexes. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. We see Karma done that time and time for Optic Gaming. You know, you toss them right on your flag, you hold them off just a little bit, force your opponents to use that perk 1. Now into the Specialist draft, Aqua with Kinetic Armor, BL Fire, and Facento again, though, going back and forth with that Scythe on the Reaper.
Method's going to be picking up the Annihilator then. I mean, the Scythe Annihilator, the 2 best. Well, I guess Tempest up there, too, to kind of just take out that flag carrier quickly. Stop that run. Rounded out by Kinetic, and let's see, what is missing? This Annihilator really from this side. Nagafin, what do you think he'll have to go with?
Honestly, Nagafin strikes me as someone who could just be completely random with like a Psychosis or Vision Pulse. Yeah, it's Vision Pulse, so he does go with an ability. One thing I will point out is you kind of mentioned the Tempest and the Annihilator kind of combination. How does that all wind up working? It's more personal preference at this point. After we've seen the buffs to the Tempest, we see, you know, Clayster leading more towards a Tempest. We've seen even Sender use the Tempest a little bit more for his squad. I think Clay right now is the best Tempest user we have in the COD World League. This time around, though, Methods will still go with the Annihilator. He's been a big fan of that weapon since day 1.
And I like the Vision Pulse from Nagafin. I mean, I know Vision Pulse is kind of hit or miss with some of these players, how they opt to use it, but I love it in CTF. Just you get that flagpole, you sometimes pop it immediately, see which route is going to be the best for you, especially because if you get that pull, one of the, I don't want to say issues with CTF, but one of the tough parts about it is when you get the flagpole, a lot of times you're spawning them out kind of towards mid-map, right? So you kind of have to get the kills to get the flag, then kill through them again. It was similar in Advanced Warfare. Like you have to almost kill 2 layers of players. So when you can see where that rotation is coming, where that spawn is coming, it makes that flag run a lot easier. So I'm going to keep an eye on Nagafin if he gets that flag in hand, or he can assist his flag runner. I mean,
Vision Pulse can almost make the decision for you, right? Like, do I have to clear my base right now? You know what? Oh, it's clear. Okay, I'm good. Which way should I run this flag as I get to middle map? Oh, they're all to my right. I should probably run left. And that's what we've seen players do with the Specialist time and time again. Crim6, I think one of the best in CTF with the Vision Pulse ability.
Certainly.
When you look at a map like Breach, I think it's most useful on a map like Breach, even Stronghold from time to time inside Mansion. It definitely has its uses on a map like Evac. I think it's more of a mid-map type of weapon or an offensive, mid-map type of ability or an offensive ability more than defensive on this side of things.
All right, well, who's going to take this one? Let us know. eLevate, CLG. Can CLG push this to a Game 5?
I hope so.
I mean, I don't know who I favor in a Game 5 S&D. What are we going to? So if we get there, it's going to be Stronghold S&D, so that would certainly be a fun one.
100% favor eLevate there.
Okay.
They are the best team at utilizing the back van behind the B site to jump over and peek down on the bomb. We saw them do it a couple weeks ago. Sure. It's something that Parasite has kind of preached about with this team. Like, you can never be safe when planting the bomb at B against eLevate because they will somehow still shoot you through the trees.
And we've seen, I just think back to some of Nagafin's performances. We were talking about a player aggressive with the sub, able to maintain control of Mansion. I've seen him pick up so many 2 and 3 pieces, and that's one of the hardest things on the map, really maintaining control of that Mansion building. Now taking a look, Evac, CTF, score limit, unlimited, time limit, 5 minutes, and respawn delay, it gets higher and higher as you go through these respawns. 7.5 seconds. Your deaths mattering so much more here in CTF. Who do you want to kick things off with, Jack?
Let's watch Facento. I mean, he's got the Man of War. Let's take a look at what he's using perk-wise. He does have that perk 1 on. Perk 3 Greed will not be used. Primary Gunfighter ready to go. And he's going to push right towards top kitchen, but all the pressure from CLG is actually going on in the middle and glass side of the map. I mean, if they get through right now and pull this flag, they have an opportunity to score right away.
Methods, unfortunately, has a player right behind him. I'm just going to stay with him for a second, see if the timing works in his favor. It does not. Nagafen, though, going to get flag in hand.
And this is what's scary, because
he's got one to beat.
His teammate Aqua actually just fell off the map. He's got one player just behind him. Nagafen won't pick up on the situation.
How is he alive still? Oh, my.
Oh, I thought the MR6 was going to come out in all its glory, but Aqua actually falling off the map right there might be the difference in why eLevate can't capture that first flag. They even got the kill in their base as the counter pull was brought out. And eLevate, I think, missed out on a great scoring opportunity as Aqua has the blunder right outside that green room.
Look at Methods and Perplexed right now. They have no intention of getting forward right now. Nagafen probably going to get caught by this. He's checking every corner. Will he check his right? Not going to be able to pick that one up with the MR6. You see Remy. I'm going to go with him for a second. He's on a 2-streak. You know, with how low scoring these games can be, the streaks can be so important in this particular game mode. Especially leading to or preventing a cap.
Yeah, I think preventing a cap is even bigger and bigger from what we've seen. Every player almost electing to use that Cerberus, as of course you switch to Perplex, who doesn't have it on, but the Cerberus is so useful in CTF. You drop some trophies on it. If it goes to kind of move away from your base, you control it, you bring it right back to your flag and tell it to stay like a dog. You feed it a treat, which is probably like a rocket. You give it more rockets to use, and that's why I listen.
You feed dogs rockets? What was that? Aqua,
again,
not
twice.
The best movement.
Is he forgetting he doesn't have Afterburner? I think he's forgetting.
It's a shock. You know, they use it, and what do you say, 90% of games. I know it gets banned more and more frequently now, but you still get used to having that on. It's like the shock of not having stock on your AR. You sometimes misplay it. You hear Nagafen just popping off with that MR6, so dominant with it. He's going to move through these mid-cuts.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, that can't.
Oh, Jesus.
If he would have hit those shots.
I would have left. We would have both just left, and the cast would have been silent.
Well, the question is, can anyone actually get forward here? A slow one here to kick things off, for sure.
I believe Felony was spotted, so eLevate will clear him out. Almost destroys Aqua on the map. Now Remy begins to push on up. He's going to get a second kill. 2 go down for CLG. They've got 1 player being the final line of defense. Oh my God, Felony just spawned on top of Remy as there was a 4-man push from all sides of the map. Not going to work out as eLevate still trying to put the pressure on. But CLG, with too many numbers in their base, they're going to be able to clear out their side of the map and begin to push up towards eLevate.
They never got them forced out spawn-wise. They were spawning right, like you said, right on top of them, right in the back of the base.
Well,
You're never going to be able to get the flag out there.
It's because who's this player? Nagafen was pushing towards kitchen side of the map. So instead of forcing them to spawn into kitchen, instead they're just spawning in the back of their flag. 3 go down for eLevate, and this might be the flag scoring opportunity that CLG needed. They're going to get out with the flag.
Where's the spawn going to come? Yeah, back base, because look how much of the map they've covered.
God, kinetic armor.
They're gone. He should. Can he get around the corner? Oh, he didn't get around the corner. I thought he was going to be out if he could just get forward a little bit more. There's still players there to trade it. They should be able to get it up, but now look at the top of the map. Now they're pushing forward. We might have ourselves a standoff. Let's go to Remy. Remy going to be the first to deal with it. He finds one. He has Heatwave. Pops up. It comes up just short. Doesn't matter, though, as he's able to snag the kill. The return coming in. The flagpole coming in. This might turn into a counter. He doesn't get through.
Beautiful shots from Felony. Aqua doesn't even get a chance to pop kinetic. Nagafen won't get the flag pulled. Okay, 2 very close flag scoring opportunities for both eLevate and CLG there. Both get shut down. 3.5 minutes into the game, and it remains scoreless at 0-0.
All right, things probably going to slow down a little bit now. We had our 30 seconds of grandeur here. Facento playing around bottom AC. He's going to find one behind him, tries to challenge that. Nice use of the cover there from Balefire. He'll pick up the headshot. One fight going in here. Upstairs, Remy winning that one. He's got 1 more player pushing below him. Anyone on streaks of any kind? Methods on a 2 streak. This is Felony's been the guy that's kind of been leaking through, trying to get these flag pulls. But you'll see he's going to fall to the drink after being cleared out back home. Now, 1 player got around. I think they're sniffing this out. He's got a little bit of help from behind, though. In Aqua, he can pick up 1. He gets the flag pull. The player to his right, though, not going to be able to get that. That'll get shut down. And I'm trying to see if there's anyone else maybe able to put on pressure. But with the time remaining here, we're under 30 seconds to go.
Methods actually has got a great timing down on Facento. He's going to get this flag pulled. He will get it away on the wall run. Nagafen can't find the kill. Aqua's the last line of defense for this Elevate flag as they're trying to chase down Methods. Methods, will he use the Annihilator? Doesn't appear so as of yet. He's going to get this flag brought back out. 9 seconds remaining. He just needs to get shot in the back and they can't get it. CLG will score. Methods just got blessed with the timing of his life in the back of Elevate's base, and he's going to continue to charge on through. CLG 5 minutes away, Maven, from forcing the game 5.
And, you know, what did we say? You need that one play, really, sometimes. Look how slow that was. You only got one score on the board. There was one sort of standoff, almost counter-cap from Elevate, but it came down to one big play there by Methods. He picked up, what, a total of 2-3 kills, I think, in that flag pull and score. That's all you need. That one moment of brilliance there as he's going to go up.
Facetto was waiting and ready for someone to push back helipad for maybe 15, 20 seconds. They never knew Methods was there. It just so happens that as he turns his back to helipad, Methods goes, it's time for me to peek. And he just dies, and from then on out, that was all she wrote. Pressure near middle map does go in favor of Elevate. The HC being called in and used by CLG. Nagafen will pull the flag with Vision Pulse, and now it's going to be up to them to stop this push towards their base. But as I said, that Perplex is counterpulled, and this looks like a stalemate scenario, Maven.
It certainly does. That player's so weak as Nagafen basically able to one-bullet him. There's one player in Vicento that's kind of waiting for that flag carrier to come back. He's in a pretty good position. Nagafen actually going to get the kill. He's working towards big streaks as well. Finds one more low. Can he get it? He's got to reload. Has the MR6 in his back pocket. Vicento there to help him out. Gets the return. Pushing forward. There's one player towards the base. That's going to be Hellfire. What can BLFire do here to try and bring it out? Scythe and the flagpole. We've got another stand up. You're by yourself, Cowboy. What can you do?
All right. Apparently, Nagafen is just going to wait for this flag inside Laundry. He's got players pinching from all different angles. They've got to kill BLFire as soon as possible as the impending CLG players come in. And as I say that, they get the kill, they get the cap, and it's Methods last alive against a fully streaked out Nagafen.
Yep, Nagafen coming up big there. You saw him kill the flag carrier. He got the flag out. He used the Vision Pulse to see which way to go. And I mean, the Scythe, I like the try there from BLFire, but he's in basically a 1v4, just boxed in a corner there inside of the Elevate base.
I told you, Clint. I said you're going to see Vision Pulse used offensively, and he did just that.
Well, that's a pull the flag. Yeah, exactly. You do it when you pull it. It gives you so much information. He basically saw he had a free pull, no one really to deal with. He had Vicento for cover, and it worked out brilliantly. One player back, Helipad, going to play a little bit of defense there, as you'll see everyone backed up right now for CLG.
This is the scary player. Nagafen has Vision Pulse again. He's fully streaked out. They also still haven't used their one lethal ability in that Scythe. I expect Elevate to get a couple kills and then just go all out. Just try to go all in on another flag capture. Nagafen pushes on up. The MR6, he shot, I think, 17 bullets in that time frame window. No, it was only 4. Don't worry. Streak of Fear isn't that ridiculous, as Remy will be here to help trade the kill onto Perplexed. He'll wait out his team. He's got another player pushing middle map. It's actually going to be Vicento who does get one. But it's looking like CLG are going to be able to hold their base off of the Elevate push.
Well, this is the big thing. I mean, if they can get one more score, he can use these so defensively. And this is the map where he can stop flagpoles pretty successfully with the Lightning and the Hellstorm. We're 2.5 to go. If they can score in the next minute or so, it's looking very, very good here for Elevate to close out the series. He knows one win up top. Can he find that second player? Looks like he wants to pop the Vision Pulse. Ignore for now. He's getting flanked. One more from Wall Run, not able to get it. Remy now by himself, but they're at no risk of getting pushed right now. As you can see the mini-map, everyone basically at home.
And I think they know that, because you can see they're just flooding right up their lanes. You're going to see Nagafen push towards glass here off spawn. Him pushing towards glass lets them know, hey, we've got everything watched. We know no one's been able to sneak by. Who's that hitting all the way to the bottom of the map? It's actually going to be Aqua. Does that blast suppressor? No dead silence. Just creeping on around. He's got one player just directly to his right, which is BLFire. Does BLFire here running? It doesn't appear so. The slide just came in. BLFire definitely heard that slide. You saw him react almost instantly. Another player's going to fall back to their bases. This looks like CLG might have an opportunity to capture a flag, unless Nagafen can go huge.
He thought he was in good position, but he brings it back middle. Now it's probably going to be on Remy. Remy's going to be coming across. He's able to get the kill. The heat wave comes in, the return comes in, and that's what you needed. Now, what got used? The lightning from Naga. He still has a Hellstorm to deal with. There's one player getting it behind. That's going to be Methods. It's coming down to the wire. Under 90 seconds to go. He's checking everything before he goes for this pull. He wants his teammates to pick up a kill or two before he opts to go for it. He's going to take it into his own hands. Not going to be able to pick up both. One down right now for CLG. This has
Remy.
Overtime written all over it.
Yeah, Remy's just trying to play some defense. You see Felony gets the kill on his base. CLG fully cleared. They won't push out yet, though, Clint, because they know, hey, do we have all 4 dead? Do we know? Now it looks like they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Kills being traded again, middle map, but it still does look like this has overtime. in this
Let's
future.
see, can anyone get forward for a flag? I mean, Aqua is pretty pushed forward, but there.
Oh, he just did a great timing.
He's got dead silence too. There's one. Does he realize there's a
He's getting
second
pinched
player
from
at home?
every single
oh,
area.
he's in trouble here. There's nowhere he can go.
Yeah, there's no shot. I mean, they've got Methods almost single-handedly playing base defense. He's got a lightning strike as well. Big thing to point out, look at how close he is to that Annihilator, Clint.
Very, very close. I mean, that's going to come into play in the second half for sure. So Methods has his lightning. I think the only other thing is Naga with the Hellstorm. I don't think there's really time for anyone to even get a pull. No, there's no time here.
OT.
Unless Remy got this right. No, he still can't make it.
No,
Still can't
there's
make
no
it. So let me
shot.
check. I'm just going to go through everybody real quick. So nothing. We have
Heat wave.
Wait for Perplexed. Oh, there's the Annihilator pop. He has Lightning as well. He should potentially get his HC. And then BL Fire, I don't believe, had anything. So on the other side, I'll check eLevate before we go into overtime. But I think it's just the Hellstorm for Naga, really, is the only thing I can think of.
Did he use the HC as well? I don't remember if he brought that in. I'm not entirely sure.
I think he did early, but I could be wrong.
Either way, we find ourselves in overtime as this, honestly, Clint, every single game has been close.
Very, very close.
Even
yeah.
the uplink was down to, was a one-possession game in even the final couple minutes.
So Naga, yeah, he has the
Okay,
Hellstorm.
he did use that HC.
You still have your Scythe. All right, I'm going to start off with... Do you think... I'll keep an eye on Vicento, too. Just see when he opts to use this Scythe.
I actually want to see Methods as well because his team just got a couple kills. He's playing more of a stature role, so that's pretty... We don't have to watch him if he's going to play this slow, but you can see he's got the Annihilator, he's got the Lightning, he's 50 off of his next streak. Felony with a nice gunfight win versus Remy. He's going to be able to pull this flag. 2 eLevate players are there to take him down. Nagavan gets a kill on BL Fire, and that might be a flag pull opportunity, but as I say that, they spawn up in the back of their flag. And Nagavan can't get a pull.
Well, who's next up? Looks like Methods trying to wrap around by Helipad. There's one player that rotates back. Timing not going to be in his favor. That's going to be Remy getting caught. One player going to be coming through mid-cut. Can he get across? He cannot. As how many times have we seen a player almost hit that wall run and get stopped just short?
It's like the area that you just kind of like pray you get through. You clench all your muscles. You hope you get through it, and it doesn't work. You know, you kind of you get frustrated, but in the end, it's like I tried. You know, that's really all I can hope for. Maybe I get a good timing, especially when you go for those sneak pulls. Aqua still just being a nuisance for CLG, but what a great spawn from Felony is. He's going to be here to shoot Aqua in the back in 3 seconds, and as I say that, Aqua turns on him.
Yeah, that didn't go how we thought it would.
Nope.
Nice shot
at all.
there from Aqua. He
Oh my Aqua!
picks up a second. Vicento's got the flag. This should be gone.
And they have a player. They have a player
That's a
who
cap.
just spawned glass.
Should be a cap.
Methods is calling in his one streak. It could kill Vicento.
Oh,
It
no!
does. That's why you love having streaks, kids.
It should have been a cap. Can he get the touch? He does, but there's a player behind it. Oh, got
No,
returned.
got
He didn't
returned.
actually get it. I thought he got the touch. Was he a little bit short, or did the player get there first?
Player got there first.
Oh my, the streak's coming in huge. Without that streak, that was all you had on the side of CLG.
And now,
Without that streak, that's a score without question.
Perplex is pulling the flag. He's going to bring it right towards this wall run. He's got a teammate here to help out. Heat Wave as well. Doesn't pop it, though, as he doesn't recognize the fact that Vicento is there. Kills going in favor of eLevate there momentarily as the action will die down for a second. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half of OT. Scythe being pulled out by BL Fire, and that's going to be the green light to pull this flag, and it looks like CLG have a great opportunity to score to win this game, Maven. They're going to run the flag through top kitchen. All of eLevate are going to spawn at the bottom of the map. And, I mean, unless this Hellstorm can somehow kill 3/4 of this eLevate squad, which it's not going to.
With anyone.
But who's there? Someone got a kill.
Felony's still going to get
Okay,
it. This
yeah, they
should
got
still
it.
be
They
through.
got
I'll
it.
try and watch from Aqua's
Nope,
point
they
of view.
got it.
Nothing he can do in 2 minutes, 34 seconds. So you saw the Hellstorm come up a little bit short for eLevate. You saw the Lightning Strike for Methods go massive as they got the return. I thought for sure that was going to be a score for eLevate. Methods, the captain, the leader, going big. Now it's going to be, what, 2:34 on the clock here for eLevate, trying to prevent a Game 5.
What a series it's been so far, but if there's any team who could pull out a miraculous flag cap, it's going to be eLevate. They haven't scored in, what, 10+ minutes of gameplay so far in the CTF?
It's been a while.
Let's see if they can turn things around. They've got 2.5 minutes to work with. They're going to need to go off right off this break.
All right, watching Aqua to kick things off. They've got a lot of time to work with, and that's 2 early kills for Nagafen and Vicento. They're able to pick some up as they push. Where does the spawn come in is the question. Is it going to be back helipad? They're able to find one. He connects with the shots. Great stuff from him.
Oh my God.
He should have another teammate to help him out as well. He's in the back. They can't
They
win
need to pull
that.
this flag.
he keeps it preamp. He should be able to win this one. Nice job, but there's no one else to help him. That's everyone down.
Felony.
But Aqua nowhere in a position to help out.
Felony continues to get the crucial kills for his team. Beautiful two-piece there to help assist the player on back helipad. Methods bought all the time he could, and it paid off. Methods having a monster game at 21 and 13 as well. You can see Aqua just continues to be annoying.
That's a kill from both sides of the
And he's got kinetic armor. This is
back,
eLevate's best opportunity so far they've had to score. You need to pop kinetic armor right now, Aqua, if you can. Flag is pulled. 2 more go down, but they've got no one watching their base. Viceno just needs to sprint back to the map. Who can win the gunfight middle map? This Felony would again. He continues to get these crucial kills for his team. He's the furthest pushed up. He'll wind up getting the flag pulled, and he's going to go for the counter cap as well. Maven, we're going to have a standoff between these two teams.
We absolutely are. And Methods and Felony going big. They were the 2 remaining players. They get both the kills. They get the flagpole. And now we got the standoff. They have a minute 15 to
who's this
work
player
with.
chasing? Remy, you need to go massive for your team. He's got Heatwave. You can tell he's waiting for the perfect opportunity. He's going to have to pop. Why don't you pop Heatwave there? Why don't you pop Heatwave? That's literally why you have Heatwave on.
Nagathan, be the hero. eLevate needs. He's got the HC, going to give away his position to some degree here. Perplexed, gets around the push. That's going to leave Aqua by himself with the flag as well. That doesn't connect.
Aqua dies.
Oh, I watched it from the death screen. There's the return. The flag score gets picked up immediately.
GG.
That should be all she wrote here. Can they get it through? And there it is.
Wow, CLG, they forced the game 5. 2 caps in OT. I mean, if I'm Remy right there, I'm kicking myself, Maven. Yeah, it wouldn't have hit the flag carrier. I don't think the heat wave, but
you give yourself a chance.
Yeah. You kind of got to realize there with only a minute remaining, just use it, just pop it right away.
Game 5 already in Series 1. Just looking at the rest of the night, like we might have, we're going to be here till midnight because this is potential. I mean, Envy Phase could go 5. I'm not
complaining.
Optic Rise could go 5. Neither am I. Dream Team CLG, if DT loves their game 5s.
I'm a simple man. If I get food, as you could tell, I got this figure because I like food.
I love your body.
Thank you. That's the best compliment I've received all week, coming from a 30-plus-year-old man. So thanks for that one there, Maven. But
you're welcome.
I look at this and I go, as long as I'm fed, which we will be, I'm good to go all night. I'm good to cast until my eyes bleed.
Water and food, and I will survive forever. But here we go.
You've done that for the last 30 years.
That's true. That's how I've made it this far.
When you were 5 years old, you would chug an energy drink before kindergarten class.
Who needs milk? Just give me an energy drink. I'll be ready to go.
I feel like that's from a Will Ferrell movie.
I mean, I'm in the sand pit just hitting kids with shovels.
Yes. You think that's a castle kid? Oh, bang, backhand.
Tough. All right, let's take a look here at the scoreboard from Game 4 as CLG manages to push this one to a Game 5. Methods, the man, I mean, he went huge because he got the flagpole, he got the score in overtime. He also, him and Felony are the ones that came up with those 2 kills and then the flagpole to really extend this. Excellent job from Methods, coming up big time and time again. He went huge in the Hardpoint as well. Could not be more impressed with these guys. But what can you say? CLG coming up big when it matters in overtime. Now let's take a look at some of the replay highlights here. This is Naga trying to stay alive right before the return. But this was just a game of big play moments. CTF usually decided in just a handful of plays.
Oh, yeah. And maybe that one engagement that Remy doesn't win at the end with that heat wave is the difference in that game. It's one of those examples that you look back on. I mentioned how Remy would be kicking himself after that one. A look at what Nagafen was able to do to earn those full streaks. In the end, it wasn't enough. No Cerberus use. He would have earned a Cerberus if he had it on. Instead, though, uses that Hellstorm. Typically, we see kind of an HC Lightning Cerberus type setup. Doesn't
one
work
thing
out.
we could talk about, too, I saw, you talked about Felony coming up big so many times. He had 5 returns.
Wow.
5 returns is ridiculous.
That.
Yeah, I think the team had a total of 8 or 9. He had 5. So Felony went big so many times, and this is where you saw Bielfire getting it out there with the scythe.
His old teammate Revan would have been so proud of him right there. Revan is such an advocate of using your specialist abilities offensively.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling out the scythe from the opposing team's base, you can't get more offensive than that.
It's that, and just not always worrying about saving it for that perfect moment. Because how many times do you see that perfect moment just does not come?
Remy at the end with the heat wave, saving it for the perfect moment. Yeah, that was one of those where, maybe you won't hit 2 because you could see, right? He recognized, I have 2 opponents that I need to take down. If I kill the flag carrier, his teammate trades me. If I kill his teammate, the flag carrier kills me.
True.
Was trying to wait until he got close enough to pop the heat wave. It didn't.
Give yourself the guaranteed kill and then worry about getting that second one.
Exactly.
It's almost like when you're trying to go, remember you're trying to go for those hero camos and you have to get those 2 kills? I stopped worrying about the perfect play to get the 2 kills. You just get the 1 and hope the second comes together.
With glitch. When I was using glitch, I would run past enemies on like Nuketown. I would run past them so that when I glitched back, I'd be in front of them to kill them and then get the second kill because you need like 2 pieces with glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I've probably started balding or something because of the stress that caused.
Hey, you got a great head of hair there. But again, we reached out to you guys on Twitter. Want to know what the biggest upset, what you think is going to be the biggest upset of today. It was the show. 3131 coming in. He says Dream Team. He thinks it'll be the biggest upset of the night. You know, Adam Killisloss has a lot of fans out there. Want to see him continue these wins here for DT. Now going right into the ban protect here. Stronghold, S&D.
I didn't even get a chance to mention it. Afterburner Protect from eLevate gives them that opportunity to jump from that back van over and over, that back truck, to look down onto the B site. I'm going to tell you right now, Nagafen and Aqua will literally not leave that area on defense. They will just continue hopping up and down.
Well, we'll keep an eye on them. I mean, it's a safe position if you can get visuals on it. Let's see if they can get it done. You see BL Fire taking out the SVG. Now, they went as far as to take out the Locust in the first one. There's the Locust ban. Do they take out the PO6 as well is the question.
They haven't as of yet.
I have one more ban.
If I'm Felony, honestly,
out?
if they take out the PO6, that's when you know eLevate's elite, where your sniping is so good that 3 snipers have to get banned.
I'm not against them doing it.
I think last time they banned overclock, so that's already off the table.
With the game mentality you're talking about with that positioning, I mean, that really is mostly effective because of the sniper, right? You can get that shot over into B. They don't have to go for it. And the one thing that stood out there, I didn't see who the final ban came from, but Reflex coming off the board. I mean, I know it's from eLevate for sure. That's definitely an eLevate type of move. The Reflex, you think that's really going to affect? I mean, the switch to the elo, it's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, it's just something to try to throw off your opponents. I think they'll be completely fine whether they have Reflex or not. As we head into the Specialist draft, Kinetic Armor made it through. Heatwave makes it through. Obviously, the first 2 pickups from the sub-players.
Yeah, everything making it through. No specialist or abilities or weapons going to be hit at all. Felony and Nagafen going to be the final 2 up. At this point, what do we have missing from either side? Looks like, yeah, Camo on both sides. I was looking for that one. So Camo going to be the final 2 to come in. Now, you do have, the difference here is going to be Vision Pulse for Facento and Methods having the Overdrive. How do you like, let's talk a little about those 2 on Stronghold. How do you feel about them?
I mean, this kind of goes back to what we saw even the last map, right? Where you have the player with Vision Pulse push in towards like the B control area on Redwood.
Yeah.
And then you use Overdrive to get some pressure in middle map, right? On a map like this, Overdrive, yes, it can still get you pressure in middle map, but I actually like Overdrive more to push through middle and get into top lab. When we see players get control of top lab, if they clear that area out for their team, that gives you the opportunity to begin to act towards middle. You send more players towards B. Or it gives you that much more map positioning to give you peace of mind of, you know, hey, we can inch up a little bit further, work a little bit more with our movement to get closer and closer to planting that bomb.
Our first Game 5 of the night, Jack. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
This is going to be a legendary night of the World League.
Oh, yeah. I just feel like looking at it, you know, you can sometimes just say Game 5, Game 5, Game 5, probably another Game 5.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a long one, but we're pumped, locked and loaded, ready to go. This first one, I gotta say, we're both probably feeling eLevate a little in this one, just because you think they had the superior strats in this one. They had the advantage in sniping. Will they pull out the PO6? I've now seen them do it on Breach. We've seen them do it on Redwood. I've seen them do it on Stronghold as well. So we're definitely going to see a PO6 at some point. No other team does it really.
Yeah, and it's because of how practiced they are. These guys will literally play some matches late at night when, like, you know, the 8s are starting to die down, people are starting to get off. Nagafen, after he lost at UMG, was playing COD in the venue for another 6 hours, just using different weapons.
They love COD?
They love COD just as much as anybody, if not more, and they love practicing the weird stuff they use, because to us it's weird because no one uses it. To them it's like,
whatever, man.
It's just a normal matchup. Like, I use this against every team.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it goes back to day 1, really. When we, let's talk about the qualifier. When I saw Nagafen hitting shots on Fringe Uplink that no one, he's like standing on top of wood, flying off the bar. It was stuff you hadn't seen people do before.
Yep.
So those things, especially as we move forward and forward, you know, they're saving some stuff for, I guarantee they have some stuff that's already set aside for champs. There's like they have a notebook that says, yeah, champs on it. It's just got all these plays. They're going to come up with all these little tosses, probably gun attachment variants we haven't seen yet. We're gonna have like a MR6 with 4 attachments come out or something at champ. But no, it's exciting to watch these guys as they start to evolve the meta in their own right. Really a team that likes to mix things up.
CLG, you've gotten yourself here. You win the CTF. You clutch up in the Hardpoint. But now you need to take S&D off of eLevate. You couldn't do it in Game 2. You lost in round 11. Will your luck turn around here on Stronghold? off the start, it's going to be eLevate again on offense. Multiple VMP setup, and
Overkill did
boy.
make it in as well. I want to see if Aqua
Someone
has one
call
as
the
well.
milkman. The PO6 has been brought out.
You have double PO6.
This is fantastic.
I'm not surprised at all to see double PO6. I'm going to try and go between Aqua and Nagafen.
It's like a fine wine, right, when it gets brought out.
Just trying to see who might. He's going to try and hit the over-the-top shot. Both with thermal PO6 in their back pocket. Facento.
That's what Aqua always does. He plays at this one wall. He'll clear that up. He's going to jump up. He'll try to spot top lab area. The very popular dual lab setup, though, is in place right now. So CLG have made the conscious decision that they want to hold top lab for as long as possible. They have players watching top bedroom. The first blood will go over to Perplex, down onto Facento, but Remy trades that kill right back out on the felony.
And the player that could get him behind here, I'm going to keep Aqua highlighted on the minimap. If he comes through bunker, he can start to really disrupt. I don't think there's anyone really watching for this push yet. Once rotated back out, I'll have BL-Fire highlighted as well. This is going to be a big duel here for what really opens things up. I think the wall run now, I've got Remy highlighted. He's coming in from behind. Can he catch
Oh my God,
one?
he's the difference maker in this round.
Yep.
He's got to make a play. The player's pushing onto B. The bomb won't get planted. That's going to leave eLevate in a very awkward spot. Beautiful kill by Perplexed. But now all three players are stacked on top of this B site.
1v1.
And it's going to be a 1v1 between Aqua. Down on the gun
Aqua, you dirty S&D player. I love watching this kid. Look at this. I mean, he definitely did not have the favor in this one.
He
Gets
mantled two accidentally.
Give me three, baby. Give me three.
Mo mantles, no problems. Gets the kill. Only Kuda, or quick draw, sorry, on that Kuda. Beautiful hip fire from him as he takes game one.
Was that a Jay-Z reference?
What, the Mo money? Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Dude, when I know you youngin culture, I feel so good. He actually got two. Sorry, I thought Aqua came up with three.
You thought Drizzy Drake was a Ben & Jerry's flavor.
If it was, I would eat it.
I would too. But
right.
It's just funny.
Game 5, 1-0 advantage for eLevate here.
God, the PO6. It's just such a distinct sound. You know, like,
yeah.
You know that's what's being used.
Methods inching his way forward. He's got Felony at half wall, who can be his vision of the top. And you mentioned how Nagafen or one of these players is just going to sit here and jump over
he will
and
do
over
this. It's like a broken record. He will do this forever. Watch. He will do this forever.
Until his thumb breaks.
Yes. He sees a player. You know what? Let me go at it again. Let me see if I can get this kill.
He's worried the
Look,
push is
peek
coming.
sight. Oh, nothing's there. Okay.
I just want to show you guys what he's been talking about so you can kind of get an idea how they like to play this one. Facento going to get the first kill. Going to switch off for a second. We'll go back to Naga in a second.
I wonder what Nagafen's doing. Oh, wait, he's still on this truck? Let me go check B site. Oh, I see a player. Let me just back on down. They can't get to B. You can't get to B unless you kill Nagafen. And guess what? Your best chance killing Nagafen is flanking bunker, but look who's at bunker.
Yep.
Look who's already pushed through. It's Aqua, and he's going to get the best timing on the player.
I think he saw him, though. It's going to be ring around the rosy here. Who's going to win it? His back is
Doesn't
open.
matter. This time is helping Aqua. He's just, there's only 15 seconds left. Perplex is nowhere near his team. He'll still get the kill. Felony has to plant. He's being watched from White Car. They will be able to get this bomb planted. Can they stay alive, though, through the final seconds? And him getting off that bomb, that's going to do it. That's it.
Oh, no.
That's it.
He has to hop off. It tries to help. Even if he got it down, he's in trouble. But Nagafen getting the final 2 kills.
He's like a kangaroo.
eLevate gets the 2-0 advantage here in Game 5. And Nagafen is always, you know, the guy coming up with these nerdy type of plays. And it's just scary. Yeah, it's like you see this kangaroo hop into the back, just tagging you with a couple bullets. Like, where's this coming from? I do not feel comfortable in going to the B bomb site at all.
He's so good at doing it now that you saw how he kind of aimed down on that site. He was doing it against Complexity a few weeks ago where he was killing the bomb planters. He was actually killing them. That's how good his shot was when dropping down. Aqua just 1 kill away from earning himself an HC, and I'm going to tell you something crazy, Clint. He's going to push and sit right outside this bunker area and try to snipe your top lab.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what he did pretty much the entire first round.
And guess who's half wall right now? It's Nagafen with a PO6 as well.
And one cross towards the bomb site. He might see one in a second. Yep, he tried to get a shot, and Remy's going to get the first blood. That's going to open things up, so they may rotate back and try to help here towards A. How do they opt to play this one?
CLG are so scared to be outside right now that they've just on both defensive sides have just sat inside.
Look at,
they've just sat inside mansions.
Hopping around. Like, what do? You can't deal with it right now. You have no one sniping, I think, from the other side. They don't want to challenge these two. You know how effective they can be. Methods, you know, kind of playing Nagafen's spot, but a lot more aggressively here. Obviously, he's going to push
This
forward.
timing might work out entirely in eLevate's favor as Methods is getting aggressive. He's got a Shiva. Thankfully for him, though, he does peek Nagafen, gets the kill to make it a 3v3. Still more pressure in towards A. Aqua's going to back on up. Facento does have some positioning in top lab. But the question that comes in is, eLevate's have to plant this bomb.
They have to, and it's going to be Methods, I think, with the pressure on him. Does he
Look,
have? He doesn't have a sub in his back pocket. He just has an RK5. The Shiva going to be tough to come up clutch here, I think. Can he connect? Gets one shot in. Can he get the second? Not able to get it. That player just teasing and peeking back and forth. They're going to back him up. Bomb is down. It's going to be a 2 versus 2, Jack.
They need to win this gunfight up top. BL Fire does get the kill. Facento winds up moving around. He's going to spot one player. Can't get the kill.
You win that, you force the 1v1, but no one stuck the bomb yet, I don't think. Let's check.
Nope.
Nobody on it yet. They're going to wait for him to push out. All right, so this is going to be BL-Fire hopping
could
the
have
bomb.
great timing.
Could he peek? If Facento
It's
comes
one.
in, grabs one. He's going to get a second on the bomb. Doesn't have enough bullets. He misses all his shots at BL-Fire. You're going to win it. Oh, God, he had a chance there. Facento just not able to connect, and that's one where I think you wish you had extended mags on the VMP.
Take a page out of Colchan's book, right? Where with that extended mag VMP, not only is that a big kill and a round win for CLG, but BL Fire earns himself the HC.
And
he gets an HC.
That's like the worst gunfight you want to have. Getting off a bomb with an M8 at that range. And maybe he did. I didn't check if he had extended mags, but I don't think he did there. He probably could have finished the kill.
Or that was Facento, right? That was in the,
yeah.
Facento wins that gunfight 9 out of 10 times, and that's the one where he doesn't get it done.
Yeah,
and that might be the momentum swing that CLG needed to come to life in Game 5.
Yeah, that's one you got to win. Facento just coming up a little bit short. Got the timing he needed. Picked up the first kill brilliantly. Just not able to get the second. Now let's check out Naga. What's he doing? Shocker. Oh, hit marker there. No, he's going to grab one. I take it back. Thought it was a hit marker. Going to pick up Felony. 4-3 advantage there. Nice shot coming in from Naga.
Methods does get the kill back down onto Aqua, making it a 3-on-3. He does push up with the objective of like just shooting into trees. Like he's that scared of the tree.
Can he
and
hit it?
What's Naga going to do? He's going to fly up. Gets the kill. What, am I not literally saying this before it happens?
Well, you apparently know how to play against eLevate better than CLG does. What do they do there? Do you set up a little?
You don't go B.
You put a tent over the top of Methods as he's trying to plant, like with a tent that somehow can block bullets.
Well, that's going to need to be one strong tent.
An army tent.
There you go. As BL Fire slowly peeks on up with the bomb. If he plants this, he's going to earn himself kinetic armor, which can be another thing that kind of swings around in their favor. He's going to get aggressive towards back red truck, and Nagafen is here waiting for a push to come. CLG decide to rotate all the way back through eLevate spawn. They've been spotted, and this should be an easy round win from eLevate from here.
There's nowhere he can go. Both sides going to be watched, just trying to get shots in. He still has to get bombed down. He has no options here other than to soar in, try to get his eagle on. Can he pick up all three? Nope, going to drop to the first. That's going to be Facento rebounding from the last round loss. It was Nagafen opening up the snipe. Nagafen picking up the bomb carrier on B. Like you said, Jack, such an important player in this one. Your game knowledge, I mean, you know more about the game than Matt and Revin. How about that?
People say it all the time.
It's just play, man.
It's just because they just talk slower. Yeah. So when they talk, it's like,
I mean, I understand the game, but I'm a hype guy.
I'm there with you too, but if you want me to, I can break this game down for you, but you know what?
It's a beautiful thing, Jack.
I like to be awkwardly funny more than I like to kind of break that down. I'll leave that down to Matt and Clint, the slow speakers.
Matt,
Matt and Revin. They just talk so they sound smart. They're like, yeah, you know, right there, that two-piece that happened wound up working out, and it just makes them sound good.
What do you think about the rate of fire?
That's a good spawn right there
Shiva
for CLG.
It's like, what are they lagging? They're dial up right now. Remy, we're gonna watch him in Rocks right now. 4 up for either side, round number 5. If you are just tuning in, this is game 5, round 5. I was trying to do my slow talk. Let me do my slow talk. Remy's going to peek. He sees a player at couch, and he can't connect here with the heat wave. He can connect with the heat wave when you slide out, but he's not going to be able to win one. Ultimately going to fall. Nagafen going to answer back. He's going to be soaring in. He's going to drop as soon as he's going to get in. Bomb carries. Facento picks up one. Not able to pick up 2. Aqua now 1-on-2. 30 seconds to go. Can he pick this one up? He has an HC to work with. There's a player. Maybe so tough. Did he see the gun? He had 2 opportunities to see the gun. He had 2 chances. He gets one. No way to see turn on this player. Not going to be given the opportunity. BL Fire going to close it out.
3-2. CLG doing all they can to hang into this game when, you know what? After this, bring up the scoreboard and tell me who's the real outlier in this one, Clint. That's what I want. I want to see your game knowledge. Tell me who's the one that's struggling right now.
I am very good with numbers.
All right,
let me tell you.
Let's see it. Pop up that scoreboard.
You ever played Challenge 24? I used to destroy people in high school.
Who's the one? Who's the one that's the outlier?
Felony, 0-5, and he is a solid S&D player too. You need a better play from him. But BL Fire's been picking up the slack at 9-3.
Methods alert. He's sprinting right down middle.
Oh, that can't happen.
He misses the ledge slide, and nope, he's gonna die to Aqua because of it.
He might have been punished either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
everything going down in Mansion.
This literally couldn't be worse for CLG.
That did not work at all.
That was a 15-second round. I think everyone on eLevate got a kill.
See, that's what's scary about Overdrive. I feel like is, a lot of these abilities can be used almost, I want to say, reactionary. Like, you can react to stuff, you can come up with big plays. When you decide you're going to use Overdrive, the whole team kind of has to play around it.
Yep.
And if it fails that early, that round just kind of evaporates at times. That's why I almost want to say just send the one guy, see if he can get a kill. If he can't, then try to work off the 3v4. Because there, as soon as he died, everyone was right behind him. It fell apart like, bam, just done.
There's few specialists that can bait you and your team as much as an Overdrive.
That's what I was trying to get to. It's just, it's like a proactive thing where you have to use it early, you have to get behind it, but if it doesn't work, I mean, it's just, you're done for, right?
eLevate on the offensive side of things. Last time they didn't have to use their frog technique from the back truck on defense. Now we'll see what they can get done. They have an HC. Will he try to spot these blinds? It doesn't appear so. He's going to go right towards top kitchen. He's got one player in front of him. Flak Jacket does save player of CLG, and as Remy goes to hit that wall run, he gets taken down. Perplexed with a two-piece. Nicely done by him. Aqua falls in now.
Oh, God.
As we're ripping on CLG for having to push that fell apart, eLevate says, you know what? We're going to show you that we can do even worse on offense, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, both of those ugly. It's like one tried to follow the Overdrive player, the other push tried to follow the HC car. Both died, and both fell apart then on those pushes. So let's kick it to round 8. Are they able to tie things up? CLG trying to extend this one, trying to extend their life, push this potentially to around 10, to around 11, tried to get this W. Let's switch over to offense now. Bomb Carrier going to be Perplexed. He has Heat Wave. Can you cycle through the guys to see who has...
I will. On
eLevate specialists
side,
up for me, buddy?
They've got Vision Pulse. It's going to be earned here momentarily by Vicento, as well as Kinetic Armor. One more kill for each, and they've gotten it.
Let's see it happen again. Let's see it happen
Here
again.
goes Nagafen. Nagafen.
Man.
Soaring through the air like Batman does.
You can't plant it, B!
Yeah, he just shoots him, and I mean, I think I need to talk to CLG after this because they didn't study for this matchup.
No, it's clear.
Not at all.
It's the second time he's killed a bomb carrier, and he just makes it look so easy.
Look,
just looking up at the trees.
Fire.
Is he hiding
He's gonna
in the
get
trees?
killed. Look,
is he hiding?
Look at what he's doing. It's like he doesn't know where he's coming from. Now got Nagafen says, you know what, let me peek, because he's got Aqua there. This is just getting out ahead quick. Very crispy shots right there from Aqua, or from Felony, sorry, onto Aqua. So make it a 2v2 between Vicento and Remy.
Oh, I think that player saw him jump out a window. He's going to chase. Remy might get the timing behind. He thought he went outside. Did he? I don't know if he realizes where he went. Oh, he absolutely doesn't realize where he went.
Nicely
he gets lost for a bit, but Remy ultimately ends up able to clean it up. Now going to be Methods in a 1v2. 20 seconds. Bomb in his back pocket. Can he get
and look what eLevate are doing. They're just rotating back to CLG side. Methods is like, okay, I guess I need to go somewhere. They just have someone sitting half wall to spot B. Did Methods hear the wall run? It does appear so, as Remy just needs to wait a couple more seconds. This round is now unwinnable for Methods. Expect the player just to sprint right towards Snow. And if you swap over to eLevate, they're just running away.
Yeah, you saw it on the X-ray.
Yeah.
He's just juking. He's turning into Usain Bolt there, just out through Snow. He's got nothing to do with this one.
Yep.
And Remy, he got a little bit lost on chasing that player out of bedroom, but that's actually him. He finally finds him there.
Yep.
Nice shots.
5 perks. Because a weapon like the VMP, you can get more than away with just using Quick Draw Grip. When the Vesper was really in use, it was Extended Mag, Quick Draw Grip is what a lot of people would use, so you needed that primary gunfighter, took away the ability to have those extra perks.
You know what's crazy to think about this? Like, if it wasn't, it's 5-3, so it's been pretty close. If it wasn't for Nagafen getting those kills on B, I mean, this is a tie game, basically. Yep. I mean, it's been 2 rounds. Well, actually, it's been every defensive round. I think he's gotten a kill from that spot.
Oh, absolutely. And not only is it getting a kill, but it's stopping them from being able to plant. CLG's lost 2 rounds now on offense where time has just run out because Nagafen stops them for so long pushing
so
B.
Who's called in? I think it's Bielfire. So he has one.
What a shot.
Yeah, that was huge because that was just barely. He could barely see that one. They still have 2 players stacked, so it should be Naga still trying to get an angle on players. They're waiting to push in, but you saw in the corner it was Perplexed. Perplexed may have to deal with some pressure, but looks like he goes into top bedroom. So he's able to get into top bedroom pretty easily.
Aqua's going to slide out. Yep, there you go. He'll begin to pinch on up. Expect him to use kinetic armor if they decide to go for this. Doesn't appear so as of yet.
And you saw Perplex waiting in that corner the entire time. Ends up being an easy kill. And there is the kinetic armor. That should seal the deal. Bielfire last alive. Aqua actually gets the 3rd. I'm sorry I switched off of you, buddy. I wanted to get Bielfire's point of view, see if he could clutch the 1v3.
In the kill
but
cam.
You'll see it here. Getting all 3 behind Statue. Sorry about your luck. Aqua coming in, closing things out. So eLevate able to take both S&Ds.
Exactly what you expect them to do, right? They win the 3-game or the 2-game modes they're strongest in regards to Uplink as well as Search and Destroy. CLG, definitely a match that they'll be kicking themselves for, as that was very winnable. Especially they could have won the series 3-1.
Yeah, Nagafin might be a little pissed now that I've shown
Oh,
exactly how he likes to play it. But
it's pretty well known.
Hey, teams are going to have to adapt to what you're doing there, as he just completely really locked down B site by himself for the most part.
It's not like he's going to different areas in the trees. He's peeking the same area 10 times in a row. Guess what? When you ban out the snipers, that lets Nagafen do that over and over because there's no sniper to pick him.
Well, Treyarch, CLG needs taller trees.
Is that what they need?
They need some
thicker trees so they can't see through the middle of that.
Thicker, taller.
Any adjective you want to make it bigger.
The trees.
Just make the trees.
There's people in the trees. But great game one. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here quick. You see double digits coming from BLFire and from Aqua. Big game from BLFire, but like you said, we looked at Felony. He was just, I think 0-6 he started out. Finally going to get 1 kill there, but 1-8 from him. You need a better performance. And then standing out, Aqua. I feel like every S&D, Aqua is such a prime-time player from this side. But the next match we have coming up, I mean, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be Envious going up against FaZe Clan. But first, let's take a look at some of the highlights here from Game 5.
The players that use the PO6, Clint, drop 18 kills combined on the map. That was the beautiful 1v2 Aqua had there in the final moments of that early round. He shoots the body of Perplexed as well to let him know, hey, I'm no joke. This was the round that Vicento really kind of was definitely upset with himself for not clutching up those kills onto the bomb. This is an example, though, of Nagafen in the trees. We'll do that over and over and over, and then in the final round, Aqua gets the ace, actually. We didn't even mention that. That was an ace from Aqua in the final round. He got the first kill.
He found Perplexed in the corner, right? So excellent stuff. Aqua just big games time and time again at S&D. Congrats. eLevate, you take another one. You've been rising up the ranks for the past couple of weeks. You get a big win. We've got a quick break. Next